Good afternoon and good evening to everyone here. Welcome to the weekly comic wrap up. Normally, we have it over on the Comics Elite channel every other week, but this week we're having it on my channel. So I just want to say thank you all to hopped on over to my channel this week as we are going to go over some good books, some really good books actually, I think, and some awful stinkers, some pretty bad ones.
9.0. These are 90% rated books, Max. I think you're just a hater.
You're right. I mean, the people have spoken here, so yeah. I'm the one who's ruining these comics. Yeah. So as always, joining me are Kyle, not Kevin, and Drew, for the kind gentlemen over at the Comics Elite channel, and they have cohabitated. They're in the same room this evening. So good to see you, gentlemen. How's it been? How are you guys doing this fine week?
Busy,
but good.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Productive, busy, or like overwhelming, like busy.
I've always got something to do. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say Marat gave me another project to work on. So
oh my god,
I'm working on another
damn! You guys just do not stop. I love it. That's awesome. Already we have MG coming in early. He says, gonna miss the live tonight, boys. Finally getting around to watching the extended Lord of the Rings in 4K. Yeah, baby. Make sure to check out League of Comic Geek reviews for recent Fantastic Four issue, though. Oh, you know us, MG. That's definitely gonna be what we plan to do this evening. But you know what? Just because I can and because I have the clip, I mean, who doesn't love the 4K and extended edition of the Lord of the Rings?
I bid you stand! Stand of the West!
Chills every single time. And oh, Drew's asleep. Oh yeah, oops.
I passed out again. Sorry. Oh.
He doesn't understand greatness. It's all right.
That's okay. Yeah, mediocrity can't understand. Mediocrity can't understand greatness. It's fine. So
he can only handle Eternals. He can't handle anything else.
So, but no. All that being said, MG, enjoy your night watching Lord of the Rings. Yeah, have you watched, Kyle? Have you watched all three films, the extended editions in 4K, or have you just watched the extended editions? Or
I don't know what's on Max or HBO Max because they were all on there.
Oh, okay.
I think they still are. So I don't know if those are. I don't think those are 4K. I don't know what those are, but
yeah,
I've watched them on there just because it's easy to put on my phone or anything and just have it on. So
yeah,
that's how I usually watch it.
Nice. Okay.
You seen it in 4K?
Yeah, I have not seen it in 4K, but I've watched the extended editions, and then so every year I watch the extended editions. I watch the director's commentary of the extended editions, and then I watch the what are called the appendices. So it's all the behind the scenes footage and all the like documentary stuff that was all the interviews and all the costume designing and all the set designing and all that stuff. So it takes me about a week to get through it all, but
it's a great week though.
Worth it. Hell yeah, man. So
yeah.
I know, Drew, you were just pulling your hair out. Just
great's a very subjective word. I don't know. Wonderful. That's a long and tedious,
wonderful week.
Yeah, it sounds amazing.
Yeah,
and you know what? It's really nice to do it during the winter, like Christmas time. Just start up the fire.
Yeah,
you know, nice and cold. Bundle up. Just watch Lord of the Rings all the way through.
I think my 3-month-old's about ready for it, so I think I can get him.
Yeah. You know what? The only time that he might get scared is Bilbo when he turns into the thing and he's like trying to get the ring back. That still creeps me out to this day. But
it comes out of nowhere. It's like, oh shit.
I know the whole first half of the film is all like it's the Shire and things are fun and happy, and then all of a sudden, yeah,
lazy fucks who sit in pub and talk and don't do anything and still don't do it. Oh, I know it. That's the book. Sorry, never mind.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Never mind that you just smeared Tolkien's name. I'll forgive you for that.
Hey.
Garth Whitley says, good evening, guys. Happy to be here. Well, we are happy that you are here with us as well, Garth. Thank you for hanging out. And John, the creative blue collar guy, says, "Hail and long time no see. I'm still alive." John, great to see you, brother. Thank you for being here, and I'm glad you're still alive, man. And hey, I'm glad that you've been doing some videos on your channel. That's fantastic, brother. But I hope you are doing well. So, gentlemen, we have quite the number of books that came out this week. Now let me ask y'all which ones. We'll just kind of breeze over the ones that we read this week, what we thought about them, and then we'll dive into the depths. We'll get more into the details, into the nitty gritty. You read Amazing Spider-Man, Drew?
Yeah.
Yes,
I did too.
Oh, you guys both did. Okay, thoughts?
It was surprising how much I enjoyed it.
It was good.
Really?
You're getting Craven
Wow.
and do it well. It's going to be good.
So the way I'm calling this, when I discussed with Wes, our best of the week, I'm calling Zeb Wells' comic here. He Frank Drebin'd his way into a good comic.
Mm-hmm.
When I say that, if you're familiar with the Naked Gun movies, Frank Drebin just manages to, by accident, a lot of times, take out bad guys. Like whether it's smashing Weird Al Yankovic against the wall with an open door, or back overing his car with the drug dealers in the back behind the car by accident. I was going to say Zeb Wells accidentally wrote a good comic here, because if you go over the past 30 some odd issues, I would only recommend one, maybe two, but yeah, but judging by that factor, Frank Drebin his way into a good comic here.
He did.
Interesting. That's that's wild. So if he happens to write a good one for the next issue as well, for issue 34, then will you give him the benefit of the doubt and say maybe he's onto something here, or do you think it'll be another? I just stumbled upon.
I'm gonna wait till 3. It's like I go by the old saying is once it's coincidence, twice it's happenstance, third time it's enemy action. So third time, all right, he's on a good roll. But right now, this is just an accident. So
okay, all right, that's fair. What did you guys enjoy the most about it? Just Craven.
Yeah, just how Spider-Man, his narration in this, his whole narration throughout this, just how he treats Craven and Craven's narration throughout this, their motivations. It is terrific stuff, and it's shocking. It's like Zeb Wells wrote this. What the hell? Yeah.
The pure motivation about what Peter does to create, just to get back, and the anger he has. It's great. It was fun. I wanted to see what was going to happen next. I'm like, this is exciting.
Yeah, exactly. And you get bringing back in Vermin as well.
Yeah.
Toward the end, it's like, there's some great stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
And
I would have not expected that.
Same here. I was reading it. I read it last weekend. I was expecting, a turd, but I was pleasantly surprised. Just not just by just how good it was, but really how really good it was.
There's the cover.
And you guys got the best cover, right? I mean, this is by far okay.
And I think, unfortunately, a lot of those sold very well.
Oh no! For a second,
that's going right up there. I think I'm going to knock down the Miracle Man 15. I don't think we need that.
Take the Frank Miller Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Just get put.
Yeah, I'll take that. That's crap.
For a second. So this is Disney 100 homage variant. I thought it was a 1 in 100, and I was like, no way.
Well, I'm sure there's probably a virgin variant for it.
Yeah, I think the 1 in 100s are.
Oh, it really is a.
Yeah, those are
those are high variants. Yeah.
Dang it! Oh my god, that's unreal.
We have. I just want to bear in mind. Look what has a lower score than Birds of Prey right now. Take a look up there.
Yes, I'm surprised at this. I also saw this 86, and I was like, "Wow, okay."
Sweetie fans, they're cereal.
That's interesting.
Yeah, super cereal.
Yeah.
Super cereal, guys. I'm trying to be super cereal. Lots of reviews for this. Okay, all right. Wells and Company. Hey, let's be unoriginal as possible. Let's take all the good stories from the 80s and make them shit. The only thing saving this is art. Huh.
He did. He stole, in my opinion, the greatest Spider-Man story ever written, Craven's Last Hunt. But it's a new twist on it with Craven's son.
Yeah,
and
with a twist
here with a murderous motivation now. And it's great. I like that. It's a new twist on it, and I dig that.
Yeah.
KO says, I prefer the videos where you talk a little about all the books rather than the current talking a lot about a few books. So, KO, that's kind of what we're doing right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through all the books that we read this week, give like a quick synopsis, and then the second half of the show we'll go through like one comic for like 15 30 minutes or something, you know what I mean? So we'll get into the depths of it. So hopefully that helps, brother, and hopefully you enjoy the show. I love this. Student of God just says nah. Nah.
Hey.
He's like nah, the book's
I like that shadow image.
That's great.
That's a great shadow.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Matt Wagner kind of. Yeah.
And heyo, we have, oh boy, let me see if I can pronounce this on the first try. George Dimitropoulos.
I think it's missing a vowel. I feel like it's missing an I.
Dimitropoulos. There we go. Right. It sounds very Greek.
Absolutely.
Dimitropoulos.
Yeah, that would bankrupt you on Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, he's the neighbor to the Stephanopoulos.
Yeah.
I love the name, man, and thank you for the 199. He says, "Sup MVP Kyle and Drew. Did any of you get Groken?"
I have Groken 1, but not Groken 2.
I got Groken.
It's
It's at my PO box right now, so I just need to go pick it up this weekend. I am stoked to read that because, some of the artwork on this, some of the pages on this is like a passion project for him. So,
I talked to Kenneth a lot, and
nice.
He's telling me just how much he's working on it, and he's like he's not taking anything else. He's like, he even told me, he's like, I took too many commissions in that first Groken. And I think a lot of creators underestimated just how much time a lot of those commissions would take on the Indiegogo and Kickstarters.
Dude, yeah, I just, I recently bought Kenneth Rockefeller's and Paul Dini's Madame Mirage, I think it's called.
Ooh.
It's beautiful. It's awesome, man. Madame Mirage is really cool. It's so far I've been enjoying it, but that artwork is like, gosh dang, it's gorgeous. But here's Groken. So here's Groken 1 and 2. It's like I haven't read the story and I don't know anything about it, but it looks very fantasy steampunk-esque. But like, dude, this is gorgeous.
Yeah,
they're nice.
Like, look at this.
We all know his detail is insane.
Wow.
Yeah. This is just, I mean, and some people got like head sketches. What's up?
I was gonna say, was that one cover Bisley with that green demon?
You know what? That's a good question. I'm not sure. This guy?
Yeah, that's
potentially. I'd have to check the campaign again and see who did his covers. But I'm trying to find, some people got like head sketches with some of these, and they are just, I mean, surreal. Like, this is so gorgeous, dude. But he does stuff like this like on his free time. Like he just sketches stuff like just for fun. Like looks like amazing. The detail in his work is impeccable. So, yeah, let's look at some of these pages. Oh, like come on. Good night, dude. Yes. So take my money. Take all my money.
Your eye is just following the action.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's kinetic.
No. So rad. Kenneth Rockford, you're a god. And George, you are a saint. So thank you for the 199. Once again, very much appreciate it. MG, dude, what are you doing? You should be watching Lord of the Rings. Get out of here. Get out of here. He says, having a pause at the disc switch. First time seeing Lord of the Rings since the original theater run. Wow. That's way too long to go without Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it was over 20 years.
Oh, it's been 20 years.
Yeah.
Easy. Oh, yeah. I think the first film came out in 99.
Oh, that was 2000.
No, it was like 2001 because I remember I was in high school. So
because I thought it was like 99, 2001, and then 2003. Like I thought they came out in 2-year increments.
If only we had something to look it up.
I've only been Lugal.
You got to Bing it.
You gotta ask Jeeves. Go to Ask Jeeves, Kyle. See
Yeah.
what Jeeves says.
So it's 2001, 2002, and 2003.
Oh my God! So they were just 1 year apart. Whew.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that schedule? Gosh dang.
Well, he filmed them all back to back.
Yeah, I think
to
he
back.
did.
Yeah.
You watched the behind the scenes shit you didn't know?
No, but I know, but like I figured that they'd want to at least give like a little bit of a tease, like you release Fellowship of the Ring
Mhm.
and you end on like such a huge cliffhanger, and then like I feel like they'd want to wait a year to maybe 2 years, but then it comes out the next year.
Mhm.
That's a quick turnaround. So even though they did film them, you're still editing and doing post-production on them. So
Always.
all right, so you guys read Amazing Spider-Man, gave it a recommend and a thumbs up.
I did read Batman. It was terrible.
It was bad. Yeah.
Oh, you guys read Batman? Oh my God.
Unfortunate.
Yes.
I had to see where this was at, and
It's
oh my.
it's remarkable just how it's a borderline miracle how Chip Zdarsky has written Batman as the bad guy in his own comic.
Yes.
It's
Wow.
remarkable.
He's gone evil. He's so mad and unhinged. Fuck off.
Is he like losing his moral compass?
No. So while he was in his coma or whatever you want to call it, his 8-week whatever insomnia with
Insomniatic coma.
whatever.
Oh, in Night Terrors?
Yeah,
Night
he
Terrors?
gets-
Yeah.
he comes to, and he discovered that Catwoman has effectively taken control of all the crime in Gotham City. It's all organized now. It's all controlled by her, and because of that, she's managed to eliminate most crime and everything else. But she is still training people to be cat burglars, to steal from wealthy people.
Yep.
And Nightwing, Batgirl, all of the Bat family, whatever, they're all sided with Catwoman.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Damian comes in and is kind of the voice of reason.
It's
ironically enough.
which is it's like
Batman will go after people breaking in somewhere, beat the living shit out of them, and put them in prison and jail, and then they start getting mad at Batman for putting them in jail because that's not going to solve the problem. How dare you put them in jail? Like, aren't you just? It's like, what?
It's more of the crap Chips was pushing the Daredevil series.
Yeah.
Just how
the system's overpopulated. We got to let the people break in and steal all your shit. It's not a big deal.
Meanwhile, Catwoman has captured. She's torturing someone in a room.
Yes.
Oh my God.
What the fuck are you saying here, Chip? What is wrong with you?
I'm taking crazy pills.
Yeah. I'm Mogati, like,
yes.
I'm taking crazy pills right now.
Batman's the only sane one. What?
I like this comment from Mike Has Bad Knees. Hail to you, brother. Good to see you, by the way. But he goes, that's the most commie bullshit I've ever heard of.
That is Chip Zdarsky's. That's been his MO. His underlying subtext.
Oh no.
He's been doing since Daredevil. He did it with Tony Stark, Tony Stank. So you're a billionaire. You should be housing all these homeless people. You should be paying all their rent.
Yeah.
It's like
do something with your money.
Yeah, be better.
Yeah, well, don't you guys know that like if Batman truly wanted to save Gotham and solve all the crime, he'd just give his money away, right, guys? It's like, that would never happen.
I will say the one mildly sort of kind of not really redeeming factors at the end. It's when Bruce Wayne, while he was in his coma, he discovers that his fortune was taken. What was left of it, anyway.
Oh.
And not just that, but the Wayne family manor has been taken by someone. And who it is? It's like, oh hey, it's a comic book. Okay, it's a comic book again.
I'm like, that's fair.
You gotta go with the 90% bullshit to get to like the 10% of good stuff, which is like in the last 4 pages.
Something like that,
yeah.
But look at how cute he looks, guys.
That is
It's
adorable.
like a little Funko Pop. Yeah, little Funko Pop Batman.
Looks like he's getting ready to hang out with the Watch Babies on their V for Vacation.
Yeah, it does.
Well, it looks like, a 74 on League of Comic Geeks, you might as well just burn that comic. Like that's
Yeah.
Considering that the average is nothing lower than like a 92, 94 maybe.
Yeah.
Now let's do this again. Birds of prey. 90%.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So yeah.
Listen,
let's
Zaxx,
see.
what was that first comment? The very
Oh,
top.
let him cook.
Look what?
Cook, you know.
Pile of shit that he wrote.
Yeah. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. There's only there's only so many times you can dismantle a character and their relationships before it doesn't go back together anymore. The characterization of the Bat family is awful here, and the seemingly forced for story conflict just doesn't feel authentic enough to have any emotional punch. But with storyline continuing into Catwoman written by Teenie Howard, it's not going to be blah, blah, blah. That was a 2-star review.
Oh my God, that is a great review. Holy
yeah,
crap.
that's in terms of like how well thought out and articulated it is. But it 2 stars is not very good.
That's 2 stars too many.
Yeah.
Okay, this issue was beautiful and one of Jimenez's best works so far in Batman.
I will give him that.
Fair.
Yes, his art is beautiful in it, and it's too good for this book.
Yep.
Oh, wow. I love his kinetic and dynamic energy, the way he draws all the action and every single member of the Bat family. He has a great grasp of how to illustrate a great dynamic, blah, blah. Also, I've got to give it to Zdarsky for the great cliffhanger.
Yeah, it's because who it is. It's like, okay,
cliffhanger.
it's fun. I'll give him that. Yeah.
Also another 2-star.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is just 2-star that says, is this the same guy who wrote Daredevil? It's like night and day in comparison. What happened? Huh. Let's see.
Not really. You read Daredevil, it's kind of the same bullshit.
Yeah. Man, there are a lot of reviews for this. My God.
Wow.
Somehow the characterization in this one is perhaps even worse than the first. Tim, who is blind and loyal to Bruce to the fact he wouldn't give him up for the dead and destroyed his relationship with everyone else, to find him being easily won over by one week's worth of poorly reflected data. Stuff just playing along with. Okay.
It's so true.
Yes.
It's so. Tim would never do that.
Not by
half a star, and almost 20 people like that one.
Skew statistics to say whatever you want. First off.
So we've got a stupid conflict between Bruce and Selena, and now a stupid conflict between Bruce and his family as well.
That sounds like me.
When characters act like morons for the sake of the plot rather than even properly attempting to talk things through, then you know you're writing blows. Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
A 1.5 stars. This one just says, whoa, this is awful. And then buy a different comic, buy 4 back issues, from $1 bin, buy a cold coffee on a hot day, buy 1 gallon of gas. Hey, Skullface, I like that idea with the $4.99 USD that you could potentially buy this book with. Go do something else with it. So
yes,
that's fair. Yeah, I would.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. Hey, we got JK. Hey all, or hi all. Hello, JK. Good to see you here. Mike has bad knees. Is commie math. Bruce Wayne is a billionaire. He could just give every citizen in Gotham $1 million, and there would be no more crime.
Yeah, that's what you do. Yeah, give homeless people who have no idea how to money manage $1 million.
It's like the lottery always makes people happy and wealthy, and
nothing ever goes wrong. They're all they never go wrong.
Very prosperous.
Yeah, they definitely don't go bankrupt within the first decade.
You can't. It's impossible.
No, it's absolutely.
You're a complete moron.
Yeah, you have to be a total dumbass and not know how money works to do that.
Jack Halsey says, sorry late to the party, but was there any more info from Drew about his new book coming out? Thanks, and always for a fun show. Thanks for asking, Jack, and thank you for being here.
So
Drew, you got anything for us?
If you want to talk about it later, after the reviews, like the end of the show, we can talk about it, because I don't want to veer off course from what we're doing right now, because we're kind of on a roll right now. A little later, when we're toward the end, we can talk about the comic, and I'm sure you still have those images I sent you, right?
I believe
so. You can those a little later on. Yeah, I got plenty of info we can talk about on that a little later on. So stay tuned. We will talk about it.
Nice, sounds good, brother. So then, what else? Did you guys read Fantastic Four?
Oh, I skimmed through this piece of shit.
Whoa, 98.
Oh, fuck that! Give me a break.
One of the
Oh
worst
my
images
God.
of Ben Grimm as the thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, that was from this book?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my Lord.
It was just him getting used to having a dog around.
And it's the new member of the Fantastic Four
Yeah.
because it is
Oh my God.
hilarious.
Because we know the trope of every time a dad says we can't have a dog, then they bring a dog into the world, and then now all of a sudden they love the dog more than everything else. That's all this fucking book is.
Look, I'm going to be perfectly honest here. This book, among other books, is for those. I got to be blunt on this. It is.
Here we go.
Who are, I'm going to say, mildly mentally challenged, or for fourth graders and younger. It is. It's ice cream for the mentally challenged. That's what this.
Oh man. Well, thank you for being brutally honest. I have not read this book. I think the only Fantastic
read
Four
it.
book.
You can't read it. You can't.
Oh, it's just it's.
You can't physically. It's impossible to get through this fucking book. You can't read it. It is so terrible.
If you have common
you
sense
can't.
and you read objectively,
Yeah, you can't.
can't.
We'll go crazy.
Wow, that's kind of how I felt about this book, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Man, well, 98%, guys. I
That's
mean,
disturbing. That is
sorry.
disturbing.
I guess we're the mentally challenged ones.
Sometimes I feel like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feels like we're taking crazy pills.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
That's our quote. Yeah. We're taking
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
pills.
Yeah.
Now I think all three of us read this one.
Yeah. This was
I
good.
didn't read
Oh, you
Shazam.
didn't? Oh my God, Kyle.
Oh,
I
that's
didn't
right.
read
That's right.
issues 1 and 2 again,
No, this-
so I was like, nah.
This one was very good. It takes a new twist on the gods, and I actually really dug that. It's interesting. Yeah.
Twist. I would say, I mean, granted, given League of Comic Geeks, I think it deserves a high 90.
Mhm.
I have not read issue 1 and 2. So this was my first introduction to this Shazam series that is being done. And gosh dang, man, Dan Mora, if it's even possible, gets better with each issue with his art. And I like what's kind of going on. I don't know what's going on with the gorillas. I want more of the gods. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, because I think we're going to get more of an explanation, and we get a little bit of an explanation in this about the gorillas, whether they're like on the diplomatic, like or field trip or something, and but we're going to get more of them a little later on. But yeah, I love what they're doing with the gods. It's a great new twist on it, and I really dig it. And yeah,
I'm down with this cover.
yep, we're going to see her in New York.
I
Yeah,
like that.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm super down with what they're going to be doing with the gods. I think that'll be cool. I like this one too. That's freaking sick, man.
yeah,
That
it's
looks
a good smile. I like the smile.
That's great.
Yeah. I've never been a huge Captain Marvel like guy or like a Shazam,
Mhm.
you know, like he's always been like a C-list for me type of character. Like I would even prefer reading a Martian Manhunter book before I do Shazam. I don't know, but
Oh,
maybe
interesting.
that's just me.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think John Johns just
Check out
has
Jerry Ordway. I would say check out the Jerry Ordway stuff from the 90s when he was writing it. There's
Okay.
some good stuff there.
Yeah, maybe it's just I haven't been exposed to some of the good stuff.
Well, and what didn't help is the fact how since the New 52, and I'll say since Infinite Crisis as well, the whole continuity with Billy and Rock of Eternity and Mary, it's been all fudged up beyond recognition.
Yeah.
And then you had they were writing Billy as just an asshole.
Yeah.
In the New 52, which was completely out of character, not right at all. But if you read this, it's very much going back to what Billy used to be pre-New 52, pre-Infinite Crisis, back in the 90s when he was a good kid. And this is really how it should be. And I'm really digging it.
Nice. That's high praise from someone who knows the character more so than I do. So that's good to know.
Yeah.
Zach says it's Max in a tank. Solid. Yeah, buddy. I figured if you were gonna, be hopping on later tonight, scrolling through YouTube, maybe you'd see a little bit of the Max tank top. Well, but just for you, Zach, just for you. Mark Loves Angel says Martian Manhunter. LOL. Yeah, no, I mean, I like John Johns. I think there's a lot of really cool stuff that you can do with him. His power set is like OP beyond OP, and I think that's like a lot of fun because you could put him against a lot of really crazy like otherworldly beings. So, but oh well. Let's talk about the best book of the week. No, I'm kidding. Apparently 94%. I mean, come on.
So I want to bear in mind, like the creators on the quote unquote creators on this, like, who was? Yeah, I think Kelly Thompson was the only name on this that I recognized. And
correct. Yeah.
The crew on this, this is terrible. This is not Birds of Prey at all. It is Birds of Prey in title only.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I reviewed this with Jim from Weird Science Comics. Hail to Jim, and you guys can go watch his review later this week. Say again?
I said hail to thee.
Yeah. And I had a ton of fun. Jim and I both agreed that this wasn't like offensively bad. Like they weren't like doing character assassination. It was just so bleh and like meh and stale and bland, and like it just reads like I think I said on the podcast, it reads like a 14-year-old who just turned in her art project and got a B- on it. Like that's kind of how the book came across.
Above passing, a B-.
Yeah.
Not a D-. Not
even a C.
Wow.
Maybe I'll say like
Black Canary is drawn really creepily young in this. It looks really odd.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like how young is she supposed to be?
Yeah,
How old are they supposed to be in this? That's what I want to know.
It's really hard to tell.
I could see what the artist was trying to go for, which is like the more classic Silver Age type of look. Even the color style, the color palette was trying to do that kind of retro thing. So like I could kind of see what they were trying to do. But man, I mean, is this book just boring? And then the second it gets to the staple, like the halfway point, it's just Harley. It's just Harley nonsense, being quirky, wild, whatever. And I was just like, it reminded me of, did you guys see that It's Always Sunny where Charlie is the wild card?
Yes.
And like they're like, Charlie, we don't want a wild card on this team. It will only cause things to go poorly. And he's like, wild card, bitches. That's what Harley is in this issue. Like, no one wants her there. They all know that she's going to disrupt everything, and yet she still gets on the team.
Because of course, because she sells books, right? Still, right? Everyone knows.
Right? Does she?
I would say
she's not drawn like that in the book.
Yeah, I was gonna say
no.
Kelly Thompson should know that, like, okay, the reason why these books are selling are because of these damn covers.
Yes.
But Drew, people read 313 people liked it.
I want to know if these are actual buyers or just saying it's amazing.
Could be. Big Bird is drawn like fucking Brock Lesnar. Like I don't even think she has curves. I think she's just a brick shit house. Like the Incredible Hulk. Just like
she's built kind of like you, Kyle. She's got this broad shoulders and big old torso, and she's like, but no definition.
None. She's like fat. She's almost overweight like me. It's like, god damn, like you can't at least make her semi-attractive? Like nothing?
You're not overweight. You're just a fucking thick dude.
I'm overweight, but I cannot believe, and we talked about this off air, but the first line, the first panel, the first word bubble of this fucking book, I'm just like, there we go.
Let's just read it real quick.
First bubble. I'm sorry, I'm so useless to you. Thank you, white male.
Yeah. And did you notice that the only two men that appear in this book that have lines are both laying in bed, lazy pieces of shit, pathetic nothings, like that don't do anything.
I was write this book.
I know, right? Yeah.
I was laughing my ass off because like I saw Ollie and he goes, "I'm sorry, I'm so useless to you." And I was like, okay, that tracks. But then later in the book, we get Grifter in bed too. And I just started laughing. I was like, no way is this dude in bed as well.
Yeah, it's like, of course, she's leaving him in bed. Are you just going to leave me here?
He's like, wait, where are you going? No, wait.
We're going to cuddle.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be the little spoon.
He even compliments her on the way out. He's like, "Well, you know what they say, hate to see you leave, but love to watch you," or what is it? "Hate to see you go, but love to watch you leave," or something
Yeah,
like that.
something like that.
And she goes, "Don't say what other people say," or some bullshit like that. And I was just like, whatever.
Okay, so this is you guys no respect.
Yeah.
Forever.
Just like, so Kelly Thompson at work again. Like I said, it's not like the worst book I've ever read. It's just boring and meh and just so mid. There's nothing interesting about this.
I expected it to be bad, and it was bad. It was just
Yes.
a bad book. It wasn't. I wouldn't tear this book up.
Sure. Yeah, it's poorly written for sure,
Yes.
but it's not like a tear,
Yep.
tear worthy. I think too, the other thing that kind of that sucks is that the characters in Birds of Prey potentially could have had a very cool collaboration, and there could have been a lot of great character development between all of them. Because you look at that team and you go like, okay, we've got Cassandra Cain, we've got Black Canary, we've got Big Barda. Like already those three, I'd be like, whoa, how is this going to work? And they just don't do anything with it. It's just, there's nothing there.
Because it's funnier to have them you yell at the men, just sit around and talk, and that's where the real stories are.
That's true. When they all just one up each other, it's like, well, who's the best? They're all the best.
It's funnier when we have half the book be Harley Quinn and we don't actually spend any time with like the coolest character, which is Big Barda. So
true.
Michael Salo says, "Hail everyone. What's up, dude? Thanks for being here, Michael." Hello. Student of God says, "Can y'all review Terror in the Trenches one day?"
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Nope. I
have mine.
Yeah, I got mine. I got my T-shirt as well. So
I also have mine. So actually, I didn't know that you guys backed that one. So yeah, we'll have to do a review.
That was one I forgot I backed. That came out. That took a long time to.
Yeah, it took a while.
Yeah. But hey, great call on that one, Student of God.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. So glad that you recommended it, because we shall abide. JK says, "I thought Oliver was lost in the universe somewhere."
Oh my God! Remember the Green Arrow series?
That was another thing.
For that?
Is it already canceled?
What's that?
Or is it back to number 1?
Yeah, I don't know. When was the last issue for Green Arrow? When was the last one that came out? That had to have been before Night Terrors.
Yeah, were they like on issue 2 or 3?
It's like 2. Yeah, it's like literally 2 or 3. Like Shazam. I think it was like on issue 2.
Yeah.
When I was talking to Jim, I was asking him like, where does this fall within continuity? And he's like, nowhere. Like all of these characters are doing something different in the DC continuity. So like this book, like is like its weird own thing, because Oliver is like lost to time or something, or in the universe somewhere. All these different characters are different other places. So I don't know. There was no real continuity between them. So
that tracks.
That tracks. Hey, Mr. Grant Gregory for $2. He said, or $2 Australian dollars. Ah, very well. He says, "Much love from Mazakon and the full Aussies." Dude, well, thank you so much from all of you guys. Love y'all, and hope you guys are doing well. Are you guys in Australia, or are you guys just visiting Maza?
Yeah, so it's probably 6 in the morning there. 7 in the morning.
Jesus, it's
an early morning.
On the moon at that point.
But hail to you, Mr. Grant Gregory. Great to see you again, brother. Thanks for the 2. And Mark Loves Angels for $10. Damn, dropping big money. He says, you guys remind me comic books are fun. Amen. He says, editorial note, there's room for many styles, but I don't care for the hyper-realistic art style. That Big Barda hurt my eyes. Oh, really?
Oh, the art germ?
The art germ. Wow.
I would say that the art germ Big Barda is really a better representation of who Barda is as compared to his art.
True. Right. The main cover is dog shit. So
yeah. Why did they choose a green, like a lime green background?
Everything about that cover sucks.
Odd color palette. But Mark Loves Angels, dude. The fact that you said you guys remind me comic books are fun. That's what this is about, right? Like that's why. Because I don't know about you guys. I can only speak for myself. But I have a shit ton of fun on this podcast. Whenever we do our shows on Fridays, I always have a blast and walk away with a smile on my face. even if we review some awful comics, it's always fun. And so that's good to hear, Mark. So thanks, brother.
Great. See, we do like books, believe it or not. How about that?
Hey, look at that. Look at that.
Shit on everything.
Yeah, and comics are fun.
They
At
are.
least they should be. So, and when they even when they're serious, I still think that they can be more fun or fun.
Yeah.
So, Salty Traveling Sea says, "Look at these gangsters being such awesome gangsters." Thanks, man. We are the whitest gangsters we can be. But thank you.
Gangsters.
The whitest gangsters you know.
Yo.
Wanksters, yeah. So, but hail to you, Salty. Thanks for being here, brother. Hope you're doing well, and hopefully, Wheel of Time is not. Hopefully, one, Wheel of Time is growing your channel, but hopefully, two, Wheel of Time is not killing your brain cells. So, I'm sorry that you're having
Nothing but awful things about it.
Oh,
Like Rings of Power.
it
Like,
wasn't good, right?
Yeah, well, dude, if like Tolkien fans saw Rings of Power and just admonished it and just completely, there's an onslaught of Tolkien fans that were like, this thing sucks. Wheel of Time, they got Wheel of Time even worse. So Wheel of Time fans are like, oh, it hurts them even more. So yeah, it's killing my brain. So
But hey, it managed to get a second season, so it can't be that bad.
that's true. That means it's good.
oh yeah, they got renewed for a second season, guys. It's all good. Same with Velma, right?
Exactly.
Velma,
Second season.
Velma. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's great. That means it's good.
Velma definitely didn't get a 1.7 on IMDb. I think
Out
it
of
was a
2?
1.7.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's a shame
Imagine
that
that's the
it's
grading
It all
scale.
got paused. It's all been put on pause right now. So it's
Yeah.
kind of a shame.
Yeah.
We're gonna reassess, but don't worry, it'll be there.
All right. The next one that I think Drew, you said you read this, or you guys all read this one, kind
We
of.
read
or-
this. Yeah, we
Yeah.
all read it.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it's a mad best.
Great cover.
Mm-hmm.
Cool cover.
Yeah.
Got some. I think there was some really good art in this. I think so. This is a 95 on 65 out of 69 people like it.
Ooh,
That's
man.
real high. I would not put it at a 95.
No,
I would.
I would say close to 65 or 70.
Yeah, it's tough because like I liked what this could have been.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
that's what's, like, and that's why it's tough for me to give it a recommend, because I'm like, do you want to spend your money on this, or
No.
like,
I
do
wouldn't.
you want
I
to
would
wait?
say, yeah, I would say, Max, no, you wouldn't, because we have read and we've seen the apex. We've seen what Ghost Rider can be. You remember Midnight Suns?
Yeah.
Adam, Joe working on Ghost Rider, the Johnny Blaze, and all that. It's like that's where it's at. Those were interior pages, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is what we got. It's like, you guys aren't even fucking trying.
Nope.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
cool.
why I.
Yeah, Clayton.
Oh,
Crane.
go ahead, Kyle.
Yeah.
No, I like the Clayton Crane cover. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, these
Yeah.
are dope.
Would love to have seen that.
Yeah, no one's stealing a wife on the cover, so it's a good one.
Oh,
But
that covers.
Oh God.
this,
Who the fuck did that?
this one's not great. I like. I
God.
think this is probably my favorite out of all of them.
Yeah, is it Stegman? Looks like Stegman.
Yeah.
It's Stegosaurus. All
Yeah.
right.
Stegosaurus crushing it. And so yeah, I mean, overall it's tough to recommend this because, like you guys just stated, when you have stuff like Midnight Suns and Spirits of Vengeance and like when these books were like at their height in the 90s, when they peaked in the 90s, just go read those instead.
What's funny is that I would love to do an experiment, with like a kid who's like in middle school or like late elementary. I would love to give them like a Ghost Rider comic now and a Ghost Rider comic from the 1990s, and I want to see which one they prefer.
Yeah. Just a
That's
pure
a good
art.
question.
Oh yeah, just to be like, here's a couple pages. Read these couple
Yeah.
pages and read these couple pages. Which would you rather continue to read?
Yeah, that is a good question, huh?
Like you bring two of the most 90 characters together, which should work every time.
There
Like,
should be splash pages of
Yes.
action.
that's basically
Yeah.
all it should be. You need no dialogue bubbles in that. Basically, badass characters from the 90s. If you get decent art, it should work every time. You manage to kind of fuck that up by getting too convoluted and bringing in Mephisto and all this other crap. It's like, what are you doing? You have two of the most badass characters fighting each other, and they're not really fighting each other, and you're bringing all this other crap. It's like, keep it simple. What are you
Keep it
doing?
simple and stupid. Well, because
Honestly, I thought so if they were to do like a team up book, the bringing in Mephisto and having this like demonic thing that is just like so hell bent on just like murder, that the only two most brutal fighters are Wolverine and Ghost Rider, and maybe like bring in Punisher if it really gets crazy, or maybe like the last page is like Punisher and he's like, I heard you guys needed me or something.
I was like, keep it even simpler. You know, like if you do read this issue, and I trust you, like throw this better stuff out there. Don't really read this, please. There's mutant terrorists in this who kill humans. I would like to think with those deaths, those souls, you know, anguishing in death, they reach out to Ghost Rider and it calls to him for vengeance.
Maybe,
Wolverine is trying to, you know, more or less find these mutants, you know, to bring. He's playing the bad guy more or less, trying to keep them safe, trying to bring them back to Krakoa. And those two have at it. Over those
that might be kind of cool.
Be like, no, they're evil, and Wolverine's like, no, they're not. They're mutants. Leave them the fuck alone. And they fight, and then you finally realize, like, no, we're all kind of pieces of shit.
But then I was going to say, but then Wolverine's moral ambiguity would be put to trial, and I don't know if I would agree with Wolverine defending those
it would end with Ghost Rider getting Wolverine to penance stare, like he's able to give him, like, show him, like, what he saw them do. You know, those souls anguishing.
Oh, so Wolverine doesn't know what their crime was.
Well, what exactly they did, yes.
Okay. And then he sees it and is like, oh my God, okay.
Yes. Keep it simple.
Right, okay. That might actually be, we might have something there.
And then it continues with those two then going to Krakoa to destroy Krakoa. And
to kill every mutant.
And everybody else.
Then it's full on Midnight Suns on Krakoa.
Yes.
Scorched Earth.
Yep.
Just Ghost Rider giving every motherfucker a penance stare.
He gives Krakoa a penance stare.
Krakoa itself, just one large.
You got Danny McBride organizing like an air bomb, and he's like, "Mother nigga just pissed her pantsuit."
Yeah.
Oh, that would be something. I would read that book in a heartbeat.
Everybody would.
Yeah.
Omega Man, this is interesting. He says League of Comic Geeks voted Birds of Prey #1 by generic Stephanie by generic Stephanie as pick of the week.
You're not
wrong.
No, it's disturbing. It is really disturbing.
Yeah.
Was it? No, it was a Kelly. It wasn't
Kelly Thompson. But
Kelly
she
Thompson.
was one of the Stephanies.
Yeah. We have Kelly Pseudoconic and we have Kelly Thompson. Stephanie Phillips and Steffi Williams.
What is she doing?
She did that Wonder Woman.
Historia.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman Historia. That kind of. I think the reason why it did well, quote unquote, was because the book was like what, $10 or something.
Yeah,
because it was a magazine format, and it was like a graphic novel. So
it was the first issue. That first issue sold the series from.
Yeah. This is our only chance to see Wheel of Time. We have to pretend it's not garbage. Morons. Yeah. Eat the slop, you Wheel of Time fans, is what Zaxx says.
Just change out Wheel of Time with almost anything right now, and that tracks.
Eat the slop, Star Trek fans.
Just because there's an X-Men book and I love the X-Men doesn't mean I should automatically buy it.
Correct.
You know,
why not, Drew? It's the only X-Men that you're getting right now. Why would you not want to enjoy it? Just enjoy things, Drew. Why are you such a hater?
So standards are bad.
Everything's good. Everything's awesome. You gotta.
It's the Lego song.
Yeah,
it's the Lego song. Everything is awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, you are right though when you say that everything is bad though, Kyle, because we all know that coffee, being on time, working out. What was the other thing? It was like, I think it was those two, like being on time, coffee, and exercise and fitness are all like right-wing ideals.
Yeah.
So apparently those are all bad things.
Yep.
Speaking of ideals and political intrigue, Sacrificers is really, really good.
Yes.
It's very intellectual.
They're very heavy.
It's very heavy on belief. Yeah, more or less belief and faith more than anything else. I would say, yeah, and that's what I really dig about it. And yeah, I really enjoyed.
Yeah, this would have been my pick of the week for sure.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's so interesting, Drew, that you said that this has to do with belief and faith. I actually saw it as a discussion on class and what, like,
Yeah, that's
middle class,
Yeah.
lower class, upper class, and it also spoke about like your lot in life, because
Yeah.
like I think the first initial paragraph or caption was talking about like some people are born in a net and they feel privileged because
Yes.
they're in this net,
Mhm.
but then they get taken out of that and everyone else who are outside of the net are worthless or something like that. And I was like, okay, are you talking about you're talking about like, the high upper class, maybe the kind of privileged billionaire type, royalty. But yeah, so I feel like there was a class dilemma.
Yeah,
in this
it's
book.
there. It's there in issue 1 as well. It
Yes,
absolutely
very
is.
much so.
Yeah, and like, but I think in the latter half of the issue, it gets much more to the belief
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it threads the needle with both. I was reading it as when you come from privilege, like some of these sacrificers are,
Hmm.
it's easier to have belief in something and be like, no, everything's going to work
Oh.
out okay. It's like, well, that's easy for you to say because you come from wealth and you have all of this food and you
Yeah.
haven't had to fight for anything. So it's easy to say everything will work out. It's fine. It's like, well, yeah, no shit. It has for
Yeah.
you. Whereas the kids are like, well, I was born in shit and everyone around me's dead and I haven't eaten anything ever. It's like, yeah, tell me it's going to work out fine. I think it threads the needle with both, which is very interesting.
That is a great point. And I think that's kind of where, where both kind of collide is like, with that scene where they're all eating around the campfire really gave a distinct look into each one of these characters. And what was interesting is I liked that, and we'll get into this more when we go over it, but like, I liked that even the ones who have sacrificed themselves and the ones who are poor and downtrodden kind of hate themselves, and so they like hate the others, and so they're willing to like attack the other poor people or the other downtrodden because nothing else matters except for their own, like this kind of hatred towards like everything and everyone. It's like, because even like they're all kind of talking about, well, what are we going to be sold as slaves? Are we going to be thrown into a volcano? And the one, kind of decrepit old woman is like, it doesn't fucking matter. We're all just gonna be, we're all just gonna die. What does it matter to you? Like, eat your slop and just, blah blah blah. And yeah. But I still love the character designs and like the orca whales, or like the half people, or what do they call them? Like half-landers.
Yeah, half-landers.
They're like, because they're like on Earth or on the land, but also in this. So yeah. Good book. So far, issue number 2, crushing it as well.
Yeah, very good.
2 for 2.
2 for 2. Speaking of twofer, we got 2 beautiful ladies for Fire and Ice. Strong, independent women.
Yeah. And they're drawn like that in the comic book.
Yeah, right.
Were they in Smallville? Who gives a shit?
Yeah,
it is not a Smallville that I've ever seen depicted anywhere.
No. Hey, we got Flaccid in the house. What's up, Flaccid? The Don himself. You are our Ken savior, and hopefully you know that you are Kenough. Flaccid, good to see you, brother. I'm just gonna leave this cover up because I love this cover, but nothing like this happens in the book at all.
No,
so
not even close to that.
That's too much action, right?
The opposite of that happens.
Yeah. They look too happy. They are actually doing something.
Yep.
And they're drawn like beautifully and actually very curvaceous and everything.
And they're not eating pie.
Yes. That stupid fucking robot just kept bringing pie, and you're like, stop with the pie.
It was like calling her like Milady, or what the fuck was it saying? Like, it was just like, this is the biggest gay simp robot I've ever read in my entire life. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
This is just if you tell me DC has established no standards. It doesn't give a shit what type of story you tell. No continuity matters. Just write them as however you want to fucking write them. If it's you and your roommate eating cat food, sure, that could be the story. How about that?
Yep. There's your show. That's your show.
Yeah.
There's your show. That's your show. What'd you do this morning? Got up and then came to work. There's your show.
There you go. That's your show.
That's the second issue of this.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely nothing happens in the book. Like, we establish very little within 32 pages in a $5 comic book.
And so the people that worked on the interiors of this, I've never heard of a single one of their names. Not a single one.
You say that like it's a surprising thing. No, I'm kidding. Like, I haven't heard half of the people that are working at DC right now. I've never heard of them before.
That's fair. It's just it's troubling. It's disturbing for no. I mean, I know it's not the first, but for no names to be getting legacy characters like this and writing them like utter insufferable dipshits. It's insulting, and I really feel bad for the creators of these characters. I'm like, this is what DC is doing to your creations right now.
After what Tom King did in Human Target.
Oh my God, it's even worse. Yeah,
it's like then you pretty much bring it up to this. It's like, damn, it's a solid 1-2 kick to the dick.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Jesus.
This is what I don't get. Okay, so this is a 1-star review. This makes sense, right? He says, Jesus Christ, this is bad. Reads like a 16-year-old's fan fiction. And you can't forget the foodsies. And pop culture references. Haha. Oh, and the art sucks.
One thing I tried to do with my books is like, I don't have pop culture references because what's I going to do? It's going to severely date your book. You don't do that shit.
100%.
Yeah.
And then, but this is the comments that I don't get. So that's a 1-star review. This is a 3.5-star review. A 3.5-star. That's on my kind of like.
That's a recommend.
That's a
I
recommend.
might recommend this. Right? Yeah. This is like a low recommend. I think you could probably pick it up. But this person says this was okay. Fire annoyed me a bit. The supporting cast was fun though, and it was nice seeing Martha and Soups. How is that a recommend book?
You start. This was okay? Question mark. You don't even know if it's okay.
Exactly. And
you were saying,
Flaccid.
You think you're gonna die?
Smallville is diverse and inclusive now.
Oh, is it ever?
But yeah, no. So it's comments like this where I'm like, people do not understand a grading scale. Like, I would read this and I'd be like, okay, that was a 2-star review.
Yes.
Right? It's cute. I would prefer they had a more grown-up tone comic, but I knew I wouldn't be getting that from the premise of the mini. Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm seeing a lot of 3 stars. This is a 2.5 star. I don't care. Blah, blah, blah. Picked up this one because I heard. Oh yeah, I picked this one up because I'd heard it compared to Schitt's Creek, so I was expecting something funnier.
That makes sense now.
There
Jesus
it is.
Christ.
Oh no! Gosh dang it! At least this issue had more of a small town romance vibe. I'm not so into. 3 stars.
It's still a 3 stars
Once again, I'm like, that's a 2-star review, my man.
at best.
And why would you want to bring back? I mean, look, I understand Schitt's Creek is special for what it is.
Yeah.
Leave that alone. Do not bring that into the DC universe. And no one wants to read that in the DC
They
universe.
don't. I love Seinfeld. Favorite show of all time. I would never write a Justice League book where they're all sitting around a coffee shop talking about their relationship problems. That doesn't work. But I love Seinfeld. But let's write a Seinfeld Justice League book. It's like, no, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
No
Sounds awful.
It sounds terrible.
And you could even say like, oh, well, Seinfeld is probably one of the most profitable shows ever. I mean, it's on every network. It's on every streaming service. Like the reruns, like Jerry is a multi-hundred millionaire. He's almost a billionaire.
Yeah.
Most of these people get residuals that, to this day, they never have to work a day in their lives because of Seinfeld. So you could say, oh, well, because Seinfeld is so successful, let's make it into a comic book. But even still, it would just not work.
This is an action-based medium with action-based characters. And No, I don't want to read that. It's like it's the Kevin Smith approach. Let's tell the story between the action.
Yes.
No, I don't want that. Yeah. I don't want to see Kato and Green Hornet just shooting the shit.
I don't.
I want to see them kicking ass.
Make up your own characters if that's what you want to do. If I want to tell a Seinfeld story, I will make my own characters and I will put them in a Seinfeld situation. I'll never do it with Superman and Batman.
I love this. George Costanza's The Question. No, but Flaccid, see, George would then have to stop having sex so that he could actually be intelligent, right? But then at the end of the comic, he goes in with the little beakers, and he's like, "Take me to your leader."
Calculate the odds of being with a Portuguese waitress again.
Or like Superman finds a cashmere sweater and he wants to give it to Lois Lane, but it has a red wine thing on it. You know?
Or he uses his laser vision and burns all.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to read that comic. It sounds funny, but I don't want to read that. I'm sorry. We have Woad Warrior member for 6 months. Hail to you, sir. Thank you for being a member. Kindly, I greatly appreciate it. He says, "Good evening, sirs. I caught the unknown disease of unspecified origin." Oh no.
Dang.
But wanted to pop in and say hello. Godspeed. The Emperor protects. Yes, he does. Hail to you, Woad. And shit, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you get well soon. And that unknown disease of unspecified origin, that'll get you. It feels like crap. But,
it's starting to come back again. That's right.
Because part of my day job is that I have to go into all the counties and in the United States and look where it's at. And California's clear. There's nothing. Like on the West Coast, it's fine. It's like Florida, parts of Texas, some parts in North Carolina and South Carolina, but like it's mostly like Texas and Florida where it's at.
Interesting. I wonder why.
Interesting. Texas and Florida is where most people are. Are what?
I was going to say sneaking into.
I see. Woad Warrior says, "Yeah, this is round 2 since 2020. Feels like a gnarly cold." Well, yeah, like I said, brother. Hopefully you feel better, and hopefully we can bring you some laughs so that you don't have to kind of wallow in being sick. So we got Psychotic Mongoose. Hail MVP in chat. Hail to you, sir. Thanks for being here.
Mongoose doesn't look psychotic though. You know, it looks very calm.
He looks cute. I like that mongoose. That's a cool mongoose.
Yeah.
So all that being said, though, with Fire and Ice, here's my controversial statement, and we'll kind of talk about it when we get into the book. Ice is actually super based because every time Fire would say something dumb, like, "Oh, well, Superman was just like mansplaining," and Ice would actually come back and she would be like, "'Cause you put people in danger." And then Fire would come back and be like, "Oh, well, you don't fucking understand me." And then Ice would come back and go, "Well, it's because you punched Guy Gardner. So I'm pretty sure that you're being unreasonable." So during the whole book, Ice is like the one who has like the voice of reason.
Wow.
But Fire seems to be the one that people side with. I was just like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? So, all that being said, I thought Ice was written well, but it's frustrating because Fire is the one that most people will probably side with, you know.
Rightfully so.
Slay Queen, as they say.
My favorite.
My favorite.
I read Magneto number 2.
That's right. Yeah, you guys did read Magneto. Thoughts?
That's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Art's good.
Yeah.
Okay. That cover's cool. Yeah.
It's kind of like, and it's not necessarily a judicious rewriting of Magneto's history, but like it's putting in things into his past where it's like, does this work? Yeah. I don't know. It's like, especially with this new character, this new female character, it's like, unless it's actually Vertigo, unless it's actually her, But then if it's not, it's like, who the fuck was this?
Why? Are you, okay. Why now?
Yeah.
But whatever. It's okay.
What's the? I didn't read issue 1. What's kind of the concept behind the story?
It's Magneto. It takes place after Xavier's left. I must go now. My planet needs me. He leaves with Lilandra, and it's Magneto's left to take over the school for gifted youngsters, and it's that time period where he's the head of the school and he's leading the New Mutants, and they're all like, Magneto, headmaster, what the hell's going on here? And and he's trying to come to grips with him being, a
piece of shit.
Yeah, and constantly being reminded he's
a piece of shit.
Yeah,
right.
You
right.
looks in the mirror.
Yes.
You can't get away from it.
So does this cover actually happen in the book for this issue?
No,
Not quite.
Not quite. No.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
It got an 85, 22 out of only 22 people.
It's my X-Men book.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. For the X-Men books we got, and this is good. I'll say that.
Okay. All right. That, you know what? Hey, that's saying something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For an X-Men book. One comment. Yep, I called it. Can't wait to see how they build her backstory. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's just like, wait, how does this work with her? It just doesn't. Yeah,
She could be stunning and brave. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did try to read Shitty Boy.
You guys didn't read Blue Beetle #1? Come on.
Nah, I skipped that one.
Another #1 after they had a #1 like a month or two ago.
Yep.
Wow.
You guys did, oh my God, 98%.
There are some serious Blue Beetle simps on here, on Facebook, especially on Facebook, saying like, Blue Beetle's amazing, it's the best DC movie ever. It's like, hey, cut down on the Prozac, cut it in half.
Yeah.
Let's come back to reality, all right?
It's like, first off, that's not saying much, and secondly, is it though?
Is it really just a redundancy of Iron Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, basically.
Come on, you guys don't want to talk about it? Talk about Blue Beetle? Oh, that's creepy. I don't like that one.
No.
Wait, is he Hispanic or is he Aztecian? Or
It's
is
like
he
Aztecian.
Both.
both? Sure, same thing.
Whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
Well, the movie's a box office hit, so yeah.
It's a roaring.
Yeah, box office hit. I mean, flop. I mean,
hey, it took 2 or 3 weeks to cross 100 million. It's about time.
Yep.
It's about time. It opened. I honestly thought it was going to open to what, 14 million. That was the projected, initial, no one is going to see this film.
Yeah, and no one did. I mean, and no one has. I mean, it's limping.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to lose them quite a few hundred millions.
Yes.
So.
It's not a success.
No.
Any way you can try to spin it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was made.
And
no.
Yeah.
This is DC's Morbius, so.
Yeah.
And Aquaman comes out after this. So it's like,
it's gonna right the ship. We're gonna see.
It'll bring us back on track, boys.
We got it, baby.
Oh boy. Kyle, you said you read Shitty Boy?
I tried to read
You
Shitty Boy.
But it's a 93%, Kyle.
Uh-huh.
Once again, Ron V, he's got his simps.
It's a kid.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's not Ron V. It's Greg Pak. Greg Pak. Yeah.
It read like Ron V at times. It's like a kid who's just still trying to find his mom, but I'm not gonna try to find my mom, but I'm really upset that my mom left me as a kid, and then I guess there's a Bloodhaven animal who's like an avatar now, and it's a little tiny bat. That it kind of doesn't look like that, and then Nightwing shows up, and he's like, "Hey, I need your help. You need to help me first, and I need you to track this woman down who needs to be put away in jail." And Shitty Boy's like, "Hey, not everyone needs to go to jail, okay? Not everyone's like evil, and like she can probably get help." And Nightwing's like, "Yeah, I don't give a fuck. She did this. She needs to go to jail." And then of course they try to fight, and he's like, not everyone needs to go to jail because jail's bad, and we need to help people, and you need to do a better job. And then Nightwing's like, "Okay, I'll put her in a halfway house, and she can get help for setting up people, but she still did something wrong." It's like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, are there stakes at all to anything?
Jail
anymore?
is wrong, Kyle.
It's like, then why are you even a superhero? It's just like, well, we can just get people help. It's like, so you're a mental health provider? Like, what are you doing?
That seems like, that seems like what most heroes are doing. Even in, I don't know if you guys ever watched the 2019 Batwoman show, but like even stuff like that where you know, the heroes are so morally ambiguous where they're just like, we won't actually turn this criminal into like jail. And
Yeah,
it's like, what?
This is a great talking point, Max. Like we hate to. I don't like talking politics, but
Right.
it's very, very clear that these jackasses writing these stories are very much on the defund the police movement, and would rather see social workers out there being called to murder scenes and hostage
Gotcha.
scenes, you know, and
Gotcha.
cops, no, social workers, yeah. But I don't know if you caught it, but like one of the best, you know, fuck around and find outs was up in Minnesota like 2 weeks ago or whatever. This woman who was on the big defund the police movement like a couple years ago, she got violently assaulted, you know, about what happened to her like last week, whatever. And it was like wondering where the police were and everything. Just
Oh my gosh.
how about that?
Sweet.
So the social worker didn't help you out? That's a shame.
Didn't get there in time.
Yeah.
It's a shame. This comment is pretty funny. This guy says, one of the shittiest series which released in the dawn of DC. I mean, what is the point with him? He's Asian, struggling with anxiety, looking for his mom, stupid enough to fight with Superman and Nightwing. So what? These are not enough to build a story. Oh, and he's the key role in a Darkseid story. Of course, they didn't bring Darkseid to sell this shitty story. So, I mean, there you have it right there.
Shitty boy.
Yeah.
Shitty boy. Yeah.
He walks around and looks at ghosts of people and like, I feel everybody that's ever lived in this city. And all I see are the ghosts of them. And it's just like, God, you're fucking stupid. Like,
He's a shitty version of the character from the Authority. Jack Hawksmoor, I think. He was the guy who was like he could communicate and merge with the cities and talk with the cities. He showed up in the Swamp Thing.
Oh yeah, Swamp Thing, yeah.
Yeah. And it's kind of like that, but a shittier version of him.
Speaking of the devil, Swamp Thing shows up at the end of this, and it's like now it's going to be a tete-a-tete between nature and Shitty Boy.
And Shitty Boy.
Yeah.
I hope Swamp Thing just wipes the floor with Shitty Boy.
That'll be the other way around. He'll be like, you got to do better, Swamp Thing.
Yeah. And Swamp Thing's like, I'm literally trying to protect my swamp from you asshole.
Yeah,
You
and
suck.
nature.
Yeah. What I find interesting is like they'll League of Comic Books likes to do this. They'll do this review contains spoilers. Proceed at your own risk. This I don't think this review really contained that many spoiler or any spoiler. If like maybe he said the Darkseid story.
Yeah, unless the Darkseid was.
It really
Right?
was. The Darkseid
But like
didn't show up in the book.
right, and so everything before this is not a spoiler. But I think League tends to do this with bad reviews so that if you're scrolling, you only see the good stuff. And then when you come to this, people won't click on it. They'll just be like, oh, okay, I won't read it. You know what I mean? Because
Whoa. Are you saying that there's some bias here in the reviews?
Oh,
Easy.
am I saying that? Am I saying that there's some potential interference?
Perhaps bring back people who never read the comic.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
If you want them as a sponsor, you better not say that. You better apologize.
Oh God, I think they already they already like removed one of my comments or like banned me for an hour after for a review that I left one time. Yeah, so they already hate me. It's fine. Hey, we got another $1.99 from our man George.
Yeah.
Dude, thank you so much. He says, what happened to Greg Pak? He used to be great.
Answer. He did not come up with those stories. He did not come up with Planet Hulk or World War Hulk. Those were not his. Those were pitched to him, and he wrote those based off what the editor wanted to happen. There you go.
Even if he was pitched World War Hulk, because from what I remember reading, they read well. Like they read like good stories. So do you think that if he's pitched something with a great idea, he can write something to that level? Because that's a good question, and that's what I've been asking myself. Because in years previous to this, if I saw Greg Pak on a book, I'd be like, oh, Greg Pak, I know him. He does great stuff. But now I'm like, oh.
When we read that John Wick series he wrote, remember that?
No. Oh,
that was terrible.
Yeah.
Utterly garbage.
Man.
Yeah, there was a John Wick comic book series back in like 2018 from Dynamite, and it was bad. It was bad, and he wrote it.
Yeah,
and he just
tried.
Yeah, and he's really lost his touch since then, and it really led me to believe that he had a lot of help on World War Hulk and Planet Hulk.
Yeah, Omega Man says Pack since New 52 era has gotten very generic. Well, George, thank you for the 199, man, and that's a great question. Honestly, it's a question I've asked myself within the past 4 years, because it doesn't make sense. It feels a little odd. So,
yeah.
Woad Warrior says this is exactly why we need Frank Castle in his true form. It's not waterboarding if you use diesel.
That's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I like it. We
may not story that for later, but
ooh. Woad, you can pay Drew residuals if he uses your idea. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, Jack says spoiler. It's a shitty book.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think having Frank Castle come back would be necessary in order just to have one book that like went against the narrative, right? Because like right now, there are no books that are challenging the current thought process. And even just having one for people who might want that or who look to that and be like, this is a badass 90s character. This is one of my favorite, tragic storylines about a man who lost his family, blah, blah. But we can't do that, so it's frustrating.
Yeah, we need another Punisher kills the Marvel Universe.
Yeah. Like recent Marvel Universe, though.
Yes. Punisher kills, the new, the now Marvel Universe.
Why did he kill Kamala Khan 5 times? What the hell?
Just felt like it.
Punisher kills who was the murderer in X-Men Green? That like horned girl, right?
Green girl? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he needs to like decapitate that that hoe.
Just mount her head on his wall. He's got her head.
There you go.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Awesome.
Or you know what? Because she was so upset about that bag, she was like, this bag is causing global warming. He like puts the bag over her head and just suffocates her.
Yes, absolutely. Paper or plastic.
Yep.
Yeah. Sticks like paper straws in her eyes or something.
Up her fingernails.
Yeah. Oh God. Ooh.
Talks with these people.
Punisher is. We definitely need him right now.
Yes.
So
I did Punisher. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That's it. Not Boomhauer Punisher.
No. Even though that's hilarious. We're gonna get some laughs out of that when that comes out.
Oh yeah.
So Omega Man says the reviewer puts the spoiler tag on it, so there's nothing fishy. This is true. However, I also have put a review up before on a comic where I have kind of reamed into it. I gave it like a half a star, and I didn't think I had put any spoilers in the review, but a mod had actually made my review spoiler content. So I know that I think you can do both. So that's why I say Omega Man. Yes, I agree with your statement that the reviewer can put the tag, the spoiler tag on, but mods can also do that. So just a heads up for people who want to leave reviews on there. This is kind of an interesting take. I'd love to get your guys' thoughts on this. King KDI says, spoiler, Greg Pak was never great. What are his solo great stories he can do okay with, quote unquote, direction? Thoughts? Comments?
Great stories.
Well, I think it really backs up like what I was saying about World War Hulk and Planet Hulk. It just he had a lot of help, and the editors really guided him along the way. He was just like a hired gun for it, and people thought it was him, and it's like maybe not so much. It's kind of like Tom Taylor on the Injustice books. That was really the editor and pitching him the idea and everything, guiding him along the way. That's why it's so much different than what you're getting on the Titans and Superboy.
Dark Knights of Steel.
Dark Knights of Steel. Yeah.
You know he did DC's War of the Undead Gods.
No,
that had been somebody else too.
Yeah. I think that was Ghost written. Yeah.
Could have been. Somebody goes read it.
See, this is the comments like this one make me go like, oh, League is so corrupt. League of Comic Geeks is just it's another comics beat, it's another CBR. But Omega Man says, I made a comment saying that Alyssa Wong is a bad writer, which is like a factual statement, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And the mod deleted it because it targeted women and minorities. Give me a break, man.
Who gives a fuck?
Give me a break. That's
You're a
not
bad
targeting.
writer.
Yeah.
It's a coincidence.
It's called criticism. It's why we
I didn't
leave
say
reviews.
it's because she was a woman or a minority. So
Yeah.
she's a bad writer.
Yeah.
She's a bad woman. I mean, not just that, she's a bad person for blackmailing, more or less, Sammy Cebulski.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting a job.
Yeah.
Like, so if I called like Tom King a cuck and everything, like that's okay. He's a white male.
Yes.
So that's less.
He's lower. He's lower on the scale. He's lower on that. He's way down in the pole.
Okay.
Man, that's wild. Shoot, Omega Man, I'm sorry. But yeah, no, I mean that's what that's what the mod did with mine. I was responding to a comment where I think someone it was so long ago now that I forget what my response was. But I basically was saying like there are some people who don't want their comic to be heavily influenced by subject matter in today's like modern ideology. And yet I could tell him, but I love X-Men and I love this and that from previous stuff. It's most likely because you haven't read comics that you don't understand this concept. And the guy deleted my thing. The mod deleted my thing and said, we do not accept hate speech on this platform. And I was like, I told the kid that he didn't read comics, so that's hate speech. Cool.
What is hate speech? Define hate. Please define hate speech.
No, all I'm going to say is that if by chance you were watching this and you're a mod on League of Comic Geeks, you're a jackass. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're a fucking piece of shit.
All of you.
You deserve to not have a job.
Guys, be careful. We still need to look at our books.
Oh, you need to sponsor money. Sorry, never mind. Love you.
You guys are the best.
We're white. We're wrong. Whatever we do. Yeah.
I apologize for every comment I've ever made.
Yes, I have white privilege. So.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. No more white comfort, Drew. Remember that. So.
Yep.
Hashtag no more white comfort. But yeah, no, this sucks. But I mean, it's very much Rotten Tomatoes. It's very much like it's controlling the media, right? It's controlling the message. It's controlling how people see these books, and it's sad, but that is how the current regime likes to run their comic book website. Speaking of which, Drew, you said you actually liked this. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I enjoyed this. Well, because I like the Rons. I like Ron Mars. I like Ron Lim. I love Genesville right there, Captain Marvel's son. And it's a great issue. It's just a fun issue. Genesville trying to discover his dad, trying to learn more about his dad who died. It is Captain Marvel who died of cancer, famously in the Death of Captain Marvel graphic novel. And it's a fun comic, and it has a great twist at the end. I loved it. I didn't see it coming, and I should have. One of those where it's like I should have seen it coming, but I didn't. So, an idiot. But it's still a very fun read.
All right. Well, that means I'll have to pick it up because I did remember reading this one, which was the first Rebirth series.
Yeah, it was fun
with Ron Mars and Ron Lim. And I remember the art being good. Like, I love this panel here, but there was something that was off because it just didn't feel like it felt digital, the perspective was off and like, there was no real inking. You could just feel like this was made from a computer rather than a pen and paper. So I think that was one of my biggest concerns with the initial Rebirth series.
Well, if you're an art snob, it's all right.
I am an art snob, so yeah, that's fair.
No, and I will mildly agree with you because if you compare Ron Lim's work now to what he was doing back in 1993, 1992, this is not the same. It's not the same Ron Lim, but I'll take a dash of Ron Lim over no Ron Lim, and it's still good, especially compared to artists. True.
Yes, I will take this art any day from Ron Lim. Yeah, like you said, his 90s surfer run is a lot of fun, and that artwork is super dynamic.
This looks mediocre at best.
No,
Yeah.
no. Kyle,
It is
when you compare this,
Oh, it's so
when you
after
compare-
school special.
Kyle,
It is
Kyle,
so.
Kyle, when you honestly compare this to the other books this week from Marvel, all right, compare it to DC. Compare them to DC Comics, Birds of Prey, all right,
It's about
Fire and Ice.
It's better than Fire and Ice.
Yes.
I would put it there with Birds of Prey, though.
Absolutely not.
Ooh,
Absolutely not.
wow.
I could not disagree more with that.
Wow.
So, like, I was just picturing an after-school special on any show, like, hey, stealing's bad. Hey, just go ahead and do this. No, it's fine. It's perfectly okay. No, go ahead and do this. And the fact that you didn't see that twist, come on now.
No,
Come
Kyle,
on.
well, the reason
Come
why,
on.
Kyle, is because I was going along with the ride. I was having fun.
I'm gonna put you guys full screen because I gotta watch this.
I'm having fun. This is not rehearsed at all. So.
I know. This is why I love it.
I'm letting people in the chat know too. It's like none of this is rehearsed. All right, this is all legit. I am enthralled. I'm having fun with the action. I'm going along with the ride, and I like that premise of him trying to learn more about his dad, about who he was. And there's a twist. I didn't. I should have seen it coming.
Yes.
But I didn't because I was having fun.
How could you have fun with Silver Surfer just like, oh, just take the Infinity Stone. Just take it. No, it's fine. It'll be okay. Yeah, just take it. Just take it. Just walk in here, and they're like, you see the Infinity Stone is kept in a tin box that your grandma puts cookies in that clearly has like an opening to it, and they're like, how are we going to get inside of that to get it? And Silver Surfer's like, oh, I will get it. Here, use the Infinity Stone. You know you want to, right? You know you want to. Just go ahead and use it. I'll go with you. And we'll make sure that nothing bad ever happens to you. Oh, gee, okay, I will use this to go see my dad. There's my dad. Isn't he great? It's like, what the fuck are we doing? Just like...
Now, ladies and gentlemen, Kyle does not like to have fun when he reads comic books.
Interesting.
Comic books.
I can read above a second grade level. So,
so wait. Did it feel like, at the end of like G.I. Joe animated series, it was like, and that's why kids never steal from, did it feel like it was kind of doing that thing?
Because of the stupid twist you can see by page 3.
No,
that
you don't. No, you do not see that earlier.
Oh my God.
No.
Oh.
Wait, do you want to spoil the what do you call it? The twist at the end?
I don't want to spoil it because you haven't read it yet, right, Max?
No.
I swear to God, if you cannot pick up on the twists in this, I have no faith.
Oh wow. Okay.
No, I said, I was going along with it.
How can you have fun? It's so stupid. It is just hey, let's go in here and sneak in and grab this Infinity. It's like, no, that's stupid. I don't want to spoil it, but you can see it a mile away.
Okay. All right.
Don't steal. It's bad.
Bear in mind, I guess Genis Vell, he's more or less a late teen, early 20s kid, and he's going to trust Silver Surfer.
Okay.
Despite the white hair, that's just white hair. He's still a young kid, and he's trusting Silver Surfer. And if I were at his age too, and the Silver Surfer, yeah, I trust him too. But I went along with the ride, so I had fun.
No, sorry, I yawned. Let me ask you guys this: do you need to read Silver Surfer Rebirth in order to understand Silver Surfer Rebirth Legacy?
you need to know good from bad, and you'll get this.
Stealing is bad, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You need to know what Infinity Stones are, and you need to know that stealing is bad people. Bad people steal. Okay.
Especially an Infinity Stone. You should know one of the most powerful things in the universe and be like, no, we'll just borrow it. It's fine. It's like, don't worry about
it. Drew's face is he's like, I'm so done trying to. Now, I will say this. There's a part of me that's like, I may have a lot of fun with this because I might just want a really fun Silver Surfer story. However, there's another part of me that's like, Silver Surfer tends to be very somber and dark, and like in tone, it seems to be very like, there are times where Surfer is very like, what is my purpose? It's very like theatrical and Shakespearean. So I don't know.
Well, the thing is, I think the title's kind of a lie because I mean, Silver Surfer, he's in the book, but it's more of a Genis Vell story than anything else. It really should have been like Captain Marvel Legacy.
So kind of like Silver Surfer Ghostlight, which had the same exact thing because the book was about Al and the family, and Silver Surfer was in one page.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that tracks. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. So overall, it's a recommend.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing. You know, it's a good morality tale of
Kyle,
for kids. Yes.
Kyle, don't be have fun, right?
Damn it, Drew! Can't you see he can't enjoy himself?
It's like just go watch Blue's Clues or Magic School Bus or some other bullshit. Like,
hey,
look at the exact same thing out of it.
Magic School Bus slaps. But that's funny. Let's see. What was the other one? I think you read Red Room, right, Drew?
Yeah,
I did not.
Okay.
Yes.
I think this was the final issue of this Crypto Killers series. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's the final issue of this miniseries or like it's like the final one overall. Cool. But yeah, it's pretty damn graphic. So I gotta say, this one is very, very, very graphic and nasty.
Nice. I love it. I've really been liking the Crypto Killers so far. I think I read issue 1 and 2. I still need to read 3 and 4. But so far, I mean, the whole Red Room series, because he's had 3 different. He's had the what was the first one?
I think it was just Red Room.
I think
yeah. And then the first one I think just didn't have like a subtitle.
No.
Loved that one. That first one was really, really great. But they keep getting brutal, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
this one is the origin of I forget which is the origin of one of the Red Room torturers.
This big titty lady here?
Yeah.
Oh, we can't see your screen.
Huh?
Are you screen sharing?
Oh gosh, I've been showing this the whole time. Never mind.
But yeah, we see that her origin, and my God, it's insane.
Nice. I'm here for it. This is hilarious. Just this
it's a monkey come about that.
But yeah, the art in these books is just impeccable, and I am so happy that he did it in black and white. These books do not need color, nor should they have color.
True.
Yep.
I don't know why it's only got an 88. 7 out of 8 people liked it, which means that someone probably read this and was like, "Oh, cool, it's a mummy," or something. Yeah. And then they read it and they're like, "What the fuck did I just read?"
Yeah, it's like Lovesick, but
not worse. As good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The art of Lovesick is so much better.
Oh my God!
Don't even get me started.
Yeah, we talked to Ed about that. Baltimore last year. Oh man, yeah, he's not a fan.
No. Hey, Ben Cordwell, look who it is. Good to see you, man. Good day, all. Hope everyone is doing well. I hope you are doing well, man. Thanks for being here. Yeah. JK says, "How was the JSA book, guys? Did you read that one?"
Nope, gave up. Not a fan of Michael Janin. I hate his art. So yeah,
and that series,
it's gone nowhere.
It's forgotten it existed. And
it's coming out like every 2-3 months. Like the last, it's on the back burner now, and it's more about the Huntress than anything else. And I don't give a shit. I mean, look, I respect the Huntress, but I'm not coming to the JSA to read about the Huntress.
And that's just the key to
Yeah.
Maybe I should start reading JSA then, because I love Huntress.
Well, hey, that's all for you then.
There you go.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Ooh, look at this. Okay, all right. I mean, Josh really sold Huntress to me because Josh was like,
yeah.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, do you like the Punisher?" And I was like, "Yep." And he's like, hey, do you like Daredevil? And I was like, yeah, I like both of those. And he's like, do you like Batman? And I was like, I actually like Batman, yeah. And he goes, put those three together, put the bat, put the Batman as the Bat family, put Daredevil's like Catholic guilt and faith, and put Punisher's relentless, ruthless killing machine type of style of dealing with criminals, and you get Huntress. And I was like, that sounds badass. Now, unfortunately, I don't think people write her that way anymore.
No.
But a guy can dream, right?
Yeah, and the other problem with this series is that, look, I respect Jeff Johns. I love what he did in the past. Like JSA, Hawkman, Infinite Crisis, which worked on Superman, Batman Earth One, Aquaman. It's just, this guy's a legend, absolutely. But what he's bringing here now, this quote unquote JSA and all these derivative teenage bullshit characters, I could not care less. I don't want these characters. We don't need these characters. Focus on the OG JSA.
Wait, sorry, real quick. Is this Huntress not Bertinelli?
No, this is Bruce and Selina's daughter.
Oh.
It's Helena Wayne. Yeah.
All right, I don't care anymore. Never mind.
Wow. Jumped off that train pretty quick.
Yeah, not stunning and brave enough. Bertinelli is my Huntress.
Bert and Ernie.
Bert and Ernie. Frank Zanko, what's up, dude? Hey, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. He says, happy Friday, guys. I'm having a problem with the characterization of the Bat family in Gotham War.
What? They're all in character. What are you talking about?
Perfect.
I have not been reading that series, so I will leave it to actually. If I go run to the restroom real quick, are you guys cool about talking about Gotham War? Because I have not read a single book.
Sure, we can.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Can you guys take over for me? So I shall return shortly.
Yeah. So Gotham War is effectively Bruce Wayne was in a month coma. He was in a coma for reasons. Yeah. Don't know. And wakes up, and Gotham is more or less taken over by Selina Kyle and her new gang, army, police, whatever of cat burglars, her Gestapo of cat burglars who are professionally trained by her. And they've somehow managed to control and knock out most of crime in Gotham. At the same time, they are committing crimes. They are still stealing because they're cat burglars.
Stealing is fine.
On top of the massively overweight cat burglar in the latest issue, it's like, if I'm a cat burglar, if I'm hiring cat burglars, I'm not going to have one who's roughly 300 pounds.
Yeah, we need to be sneaky and blend in and be agile.
Fleet of foot.
Yeah, I wouldn't go with somebody that's built like a defensive lineman.
Built like Queen Latifah.
Yeah, it's like in The Equalizer. Yeah, it's like not my first choice.
No. And so naturally, one would think with Batman coming back that his family, all the members, are going to fall in line with him. No. They've all sided with Catwoman. She's the bestest ever. She solved crime. She's a genius. You need to come on board with this because she managed to figure everything out in a week. So everyone just kind of dropped their belief and faith in Bruce Wayne and Batman and his mission. We're just gonna turn code and go to Catwoman, and except for Damian,
because Damian's he's a loose cannon.
Yeah, it's out of control.
Yep.
But a lot of it does not make sense at all whatsoever. Every character is written completely out of character, and I feel so bad for Jorge Jimenez because he is the artist of this piece of shit, and he deserves better, like Mark Miller.
True. Yes. Yeah. So there you go.
Well, there you go. Thank you. I didn't hear a single word you said. So no, I'm kidding.
And that changes from any other time.
Honestly, I shouldn't even keep headphones in because I could probably just do the stream and still probably do fine.
We should have just said nothing. We think like, and that is Gotham War. He said that is Gotham War.
That's Gotham War.
And that's like, it's just quiet for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you see my camera go on, you go, and that's Gotham War. There you go. Oh, thank you. Let me go ahead, and this was actually this was, I think, was this Josh's recommendation for me? I forget. This was a Huntress. Yeah. So this was good. This was a 6-issue miniseries that I really liked. Because I see a couple people, I think Ben was asking, what would you recommend for a good Huntress story, Max? And chat, if you guys want to put some of your recommendations in here as well. I have not read all of Huntress stuff, and I know that it's tough sometimes to get her character, like the Bertinelli character, characterized well. But when she is done well, it's a lot of fun. I would recommend Greg Rucka's Batman Huntress Cry for Blood. This was issue 1 of 6, but you really get a good like origin and introduction to the character. This was my first introduction to her. So the art isn't anything to write home about, but it's just Huntress being Huntress, and you get kind of her backstory, where she comes from, how she became Huntress, and some of the convictions that she holds. But so that one's great. There's the other, like, I think you and I saw this. Yeah. Here's the original miniseries that was 19 issues. And you can see her costume's totally different, but this was the 89.
Yeah, it was post crisis. It was right after Dark Knight Returns, after Watchmen. So we got to make things dark and realistic, and let's do it with the Huntress.
Nice. So yeah, it's pretty funny looking at some of these images.
It's like, literally dark.
Yeah, literally you can't see anything. Yeah. Well, this looks like an actual scan. Like, look, you can see, if you look up here, you can see like the
stressed.
Yeah. So I prefer the scanned.
Me too.
I don't.
Hashtag me too.
Yeah. Hashtag me too. I don't
I'm
like
I'm taking it back.
The ones that are digital. Yeah, that's our hashtag now. That's not yours. Cry for Blood was fun, JK says. I also have heard that No Man's Land has a really good depiction of Huntress in that. And that's like a full omnibus. Like, because you can get...
That's like almost 2 omnibuy. That story is massive.
Yeah, because you can get the lead up to No Man's Land, which is an omnibus. And then you can get Batman No Man's Land. So those would be my 3 recommendations. Batman Huntress, Cry for Blood, the original Huntress series, if you want to read that for shits and giggles. And then probably the best written and probably the best one would be the lead up to No Man's Land and No Man's Land. So, but yeah. What book would you guys like? Okay, sorry. So, pick of the week after you.
I think it's
Sacrificers.
Yeah,
that's mine.
Sacrificers. All right. I will agree, and I think right beneath Sacrificers, I probably would put Shazam.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, because I really can't think of anything else.
I would think Spider-Man's probably the 3rd best of the week. Yeah.
Wow. I never thought I'd hear you say those words.
Like I said, he Frank Drebin his way into a good comic. So
right. Were there any other ones that we didn't hit, or any other ones that we may have missed?
Oh, I read.
Did you say Fire and Ice came out this week? Because I didn't see that at all.
No. The good Fire and Ice, Drew.
Oh, Ice. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not the stupid.
The good Fire and Ice. Yeah. This one. Which, I mean, if y'all want to just get this out of the way.
Yeah. What else did I read?
Just anything else that was good? Anything else that was good, or just anything else in general?
I Hate Fairyland on? I think that came out this week.
Yeah, it did. It was all right.
It was okay.
Yeah.
I would have put that up there.
I know you liked last month's issue. Yeah.
I did. Last month was really good. Yeah, I really...
Do you guys want me to read the introduction to who Fire is and why we love her so much?
Please.
Oh, please tell me why.
Yeah, why should I care?
I think I might as well just get this out of the way so people can understand why this Fire and Ice was so bad. So this is our first introduction of Fire, and she's talking to us, of course, through the fourth wall, because everyone loves fourth wall breaking. Everyone loves Deadpool, right?
Yeah.
But she
It's more than
goes,
two Deadpool. Yeah.
yeah. She goes, you haven't heard of me? Well, that's embarrassing for you. So already we're like, fuck me.
Already I want to punch the screen.
God,
It's just like
damn it.
Yes.
that first paragraph. I just want to punch the screen
Yeah, it's like,
right now.
fuck you.
Yeah. Like arrogant, how can you be arrogant and condescending at the same time with one sentence, you know?
Yeah, in one sentence.
Yeah, just absolutely insufferable. Oh, and here's the egotistical part of her. She goes, I used to be a model, obviously. Like, fuck.
God damn it.
I don't wanna
We are
punch
two
someone's door
sentences into this
either.
book.
God.
But when I gained superpowers, I found my true calling, international fame. Good.
I want to toss
Oh.
this through the window now.
Yeah. And notice the afterthought. She goes, international fame. Oh, and the ability to help people. There you go. There's your hero. That's your superhero in 2023, boys.
Huh. Care more about themselves than others. That's great.
Self-centered individuals. Go figure.
That sounds like a
Yeah.
hero. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lot of
It
power.
kind of speaks to the morality and the intentions of the writer.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, the second she gained superpowers, she wanted fame, modeling, and I guess helping people too. Maybe
On occasion, if I had nothing to do.
That sounds like a
Yeah.
woman. Oh.
Oh. The Justice League didn't always see my full potential because of course she's perfect. They just didn't realize it.
You have no potential. What are you talking about?
You're on the Justice League. You have full potential if you're on the Justice League.
You said you were
Ridiculous.
helping people was an afterthought. So what full potential? Like,
You were given full potential because you're in the
Yeah.
Justice League.
Yeah, she goes, I'm done being underestimated. You're not underestimated. You're on the Justice League.
Yes.
Ugh,
Um,
like a villain.
yeah, it really does. So
That's
So that's supposed to be our, like-
Sylvain. It's actually about fire. Go
Who would
figure.
do it as that?
Oh shoot. Woad Warrior says, great stream, gents and chat. Going to guzzle meds and pass out. Wolverines.
Wolverines.
Over there somewhere. It's in the office.
Oh, okay.
It's in the closet door.
Go for whichever. Until now.
Woad, have a good night, brother. Feel better. And for count 'em, $2, we have Salty Traveling C, the great man himself. He says, oh, great. A comic book of 2 5s acting like 9s.
Ooh.
Go.
Love it. Thank you, Salty, so much for the 2, brother. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah. And this is kind of where I say that ice is based, because if fire is the snarky, condescending, arrogant, narcissistic bent that we tend to see with a lot of female characterizations, ice actually says, oh, you really want to talk about me? Well, I grew up as a princess, as a magical tribe. I became a superhero. That was strange. But it's all given me perspective on what's really important in life. I'm so grateful to have this second chance. And it's like, did I just hear humility? Like, wow, okay. And then she goes, each day is a gift and I get to share it with my best friend, which fire would not be her best friend. She would hate fire.
It's supposed to be that odd couple, like I smell a sitcom.
Yeah.
Then this is written like a sitcom.
Yeah,
It's
like
just,
Schitt's Creek.
hey, we got a hair salon. What do we
Right.
do now?
This is the only place we could find here.
Wah,
Yeah.
wah.
Fucking damn it.
Also, why is their robot named Elron, like L. Ron Hubbard?
That's what I thought it was, right?
Yeah.
That's the joke?
That's what I thought, right?
Yeah.
Kind of a joke?
Then-
I don't even think that's a
Wait,
joke.
and then shouldn't something else be named Xenu?
You would
And,
think.
Yeah. He's gonna audit us.
That's it. There's no auditing joke in
Yeah.
here.
Where's the e-meter?
Yeah.
Salty says, I'd buy Ice a drink. No Cosby stuff. ... Probably.
Oh, well, she would do that to you.
Fire would definitely
Yeah,
do that.
she makes him a target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She drugged him.
Yeah, I love the little robot simping for fire. 6 rooms upstairs. Shall I take your things, milady?
God damn
Tip
it.
of the
Like,
hat.
It's like-
Fine, but stop calling me that. Sincerest apologies, my exalted ember. Oh my god.
Ugh.
So Ice is kind of the bubbly, sweet, innocent one that's like, this should be fun, right? Fire,
Just
like we're gonna have a fun
Well,
time.
and yeah, right. But if you go back and read the original JLA, the Blah League, Ice was very much like the young, naive girl. Just
Sure.
did not know much about the world. And this when the time when Guy Gardner took her to a porn theater on a date, which was hysterical, which makes sense, you know.
That's
But
high, yeah.
but this, it's like it sounds like she's regressed mentally since then, and she's like a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, how old are they supposed to be in this?
I don't know. It's impossible to tell.
That's the question, because they look like they're, yeah, like you said, like in their teens.
Yeah,
Um,
act like it.
it's they sure act like it. Fire acts the worst, but well, Ice is so young and naive that she almost acts younger, but yet she still seems to be the voice of reason here. Like, because even Fire goes, Ice says people respect us, and Fire goes, do they? Superman banished us here, like we were naughty kids being sent to our room. And Ice goes, that's not true. He was offering us an opportunity for a change of pace and perspective. He welcomed us into his home. So Superman literally said, hey, stay with Ma and Pa Kent. I need you guys to get away from the Justice League for a little while to kind of like think about what happened and reflect and gain a new perspective.
Yeah,
Superman
you killed the
offered
human
them-
target. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
So you killed the human target,
Yeah,
and
you're a
maybe
murderer.
this can.
Yeah, you guys are murderers.
Right,
Yeah.
Martian Manhunter.
Yeah,
something.
he was a sadist who like seeing himself burn.
Yeah.
It's like, anyway, whatever.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah. So it also says that Fire, I guess, pummeled Guy Gardner, which would never have happened, but okay.
Look how amazing she is. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So all that being said, though, yeah, it's just slice of life. Hey, you guys want some pie? I'm so glad to have girls around. I love, feminine energy. And I think Martha Kent actually says at one point, she's like, it'll be great to have some females around the house or whatever. And then they're talking, and then they go outside and, oh, they meet another hairdresser. And she goes, can I work here? And they say, yeah. This is literally the book. I swear I'm not,
She's
you know.
rapping
this is-
Eminem.
Oh, yeah. Tam is back again. Tam is back. Get that bread. Look at that, guys. That's just brilliant writing.
Word.
Word up.
Oh my god.
We're hip.
Brain. Like I'm going crazy.
Global TV raps.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so they start talking about like, oh, how are we gonna do the hair salon? Then the girls get food and they go like,
Let's sit down and eat.
No, okay,
Yeah,
no,
let's
real quick.
eat
No, there's one big problem here with Smallville. That Sky Diner, that would not exist.
That would just be a diner in
Mhm.
Smallville.
oh,
The reason
gotcha.
why there's a Sky Diner around is because it's in a cityscape or whatever where there isn't a small family style diner around there.
Mm,
This would just be a diner in Smallville, not the Sky
Right.
Diner. Like it's ironically, just like an old school style diner. No, this is bullshit.
No one's been to Middle America.
Yeah, clearly these characters,
yeah,
this team does not. Yeah, they don't know.
Yeah.
that's very true. None of them have actually been to like the countryside at all. So.
No. They've seen it in movies and they're like, oh, that's every redneck town. It's like, no, it's a lot,
Yeah.
but it's God damn.
So Martha and Ice kind of talk about like, Martha Kent's like, well, what's going on, Ice? What's wrong? And she's like, I don't know. I just feel like I don't fit in, and I want to feel like a normal, person, or I don't know if I can do this superhero thing. And they start talking, and then I forget what they say. And then Fire puts out on social media, she's like, I'm ready to go fight the bad guys. So anyone who wants to come challenge me, bring it on. So she invites all these villains, the world essentially, to just go like, yeah, I'll kill you. Just like, sure. She puts this across like, oh, and then they do the dance, guys. Remember flossing? Because you do the dance as one does.
I love it. Yay!
Yay! This is our hero.
Hilarious.
She's just LOL, so random.
Ah.
But they put that up on TikTok and Facebook and all the
I've heard of
places.
those.
And what's the OnlyFans?
Yeah.
And so King Shark comes around and
That's not
he's
King
like,
Shark. That's not King Shark. That's not even a street shark. I don't know what that is.
who wins in a fight? Any one of the street sharks or King Shark?
Ooh, I would love to see that comic though.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh, that'd
yeah.
be fucking badass.
Zaxx just says, "What the fuck are you reading?"
We're not reading it.
This is only the highest rated book of the week, or the second highest
Yeah.
book of the week. All right.
But that's a great question, Zaxx. This is modern Marvel, or sorry, excuse me, modern DC.
Yeah, this is the high standard of DC Comics right now.
Yeah, this is a 90 out of 100 book, Zaxx. So I don't, what are you reading? Apparently, you're not reading anything good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But so Fire puts everyone's life in danger by inviting villains to come attack Smallville. And King Shark says, "Tiny green woman, you challenged King Shark," because obviously she put this out on social media. And right before she can try and kill him or try and fight him, Soups comes in.
He's got him on the underwear. He's got a wedgie.
Hey, he's giving a wedgie.
He's
See?
got a wedgie.
He's a wedgie, guys. Get it? And Superman says, "Maybe next time don't hashtag Smallville."
Uh-oh.
Get it? Hashtag.
Yeah.
Say that.
And Ice, once again, super based Ice says, "How could you do this? What were you thinking?" Yes, my thoughts exactly, Fire. You're an idiot for trying to do this. But here's my favorite panel in the entire book. Soups comes in and saves them, right? As an act of kindness. And Fire says, "I mean no disrespect." Or sorry, excuse me. Superman says, "I mean no disrespect. I'm only here to help." Fire goes, "And again, we didn't ask for it." And he says, "Respectfully, you needed it." And she goes, "Did we? Or are all you big, strong men just desperate to jump in and save us before we have the chance to save ourselves? Ice and I were just fine before you."
Can Superman punch her through the face?
Yeah, can Superman literally just
This is my home.
Yeah.
And God forbid I'm not going to let some dumbass, regardless of you being a female, destroy my hometown.
With my mom here.
Yeah.
What who the fuck do you think you are? Get the hell out of here.
Superman is literally in his hometown and he says, "I'm only here to help." He's there to help you, selfish, narcissistic bince. And she goes, "And we didn't ask for it. Well, you men just desperate to jump in and save us." And we're like, this is our hero? This is who your book is about? You're chastising Superman? Literally Superman.
Yes. The individual everyone should be aspiring to. Humanity should be aspiring to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Ice and Fire get in a little tussle because Ice is like, "Yeah, you fucking suck, Fire. Superman's trying to help us." And Fire was like, "No, he's just, mansplaining us or whatever." I also love this panel. Okay, first off, I'm from Brazil. And second, we're famous. You can't make this shit up, man. It's brutal.
The editor did jack and shit on this book. Did nothing.
Yeah.
The editor did nothing.
And we're famous. Oh, and then they have a book club, and all the girlies come into Smallville.
It's all in She-Hulk. That book, they had a book club meeting, and that.
Right. Yeah, it's She-Hulk.
Literally that.
I'm going to toss this chair out the window. I'm so pissed.
God.
And then as they're eating pie, because pie gets brought in again.
More pie?
More pie.
It was definitely
that's not possible.
Yeah.
So they have more pie, and Fire lays in her room all butthurt and upset, and like a spoiled little brat, and so she calls her friend or whoever this guy is, and she goes, "Hey,
this is Drew's favorite fucking character."
Oh, it is. That's right.
DC universe.
Ambush
Look
bug!
who it is. Ambush Bug. He's here finally in a fire
Talk
and ice.
about a fourth wall break. It's this fucking piece of shit. And then she
He's
said,
here.
"Hey, can I kick your ass? I'll pay you if I beat you up."
Yeah.
And he's a simp and say, "Oh, please. Oh, hit me with your heels. Oh, yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, please,
dare
Miss
you to-
Dominatrix.
Put
Yeah.
stuff on my nuts. Oh."
Take my money and tell me I'm shit.
Yep. Yes.
Oh, burn my crotch.
Yep.
So yeah, you finally got your favorite character in the DC universe, Drew, and he's in a Fire and Ice comic as a simp and a cuck. So
That's like,
hey,
that's
so
all-
want to make a quick buck? I just need to kick your ass and film it. Lady, I'd pay you for that. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like,
That's that is what passes.
and I hate Ambush Bug, and even that is that's kind of that's a bit much.
Even for you, you're like, even for a character I hate. Nah.
Yeah, absolutely, and I would love to see him die, but
Well, there you go. That's what passes as a 9 out of 10 comic book, guys.
that's fair.
Yeah. So, let's see what y'all are saying. Ben says, I fell asleep. Are they still standing around talking? Oh, they're sitting and talking now. Cool. Yeah.
Dynamic.
Yeah, they
Very-
moved.
Very dynamic.
Yeah.
Hashtag do better, Max. Thank you, Zaxx. I will. I promise. So let me get this right. Superman comes to save his hometown, and he's the guy that thinks that these bins talk down to. Welcome to modern writing at DC. Yeah. Oh yeah, you got that right, King KDI. Like, Superman comes to Smallville because King Shark is about to wreak havoc on the town. Martha is there. Martha's in the town. And Superman comes to save both fire and ice. And fire chastises him for that.
That's
So.
that's an evil plot that Lex Luthor would devise to get Superman away from He would be like, all right, I'm going to devise a plan to where I'm going to start a fight between Doomsday and somebody else in Smallville or wherever. And so that way Superman is distracted. So then I can do something else.
Mhm.
That was an
Right.
evil plot. And this character we're supposed to be rooting for and then talk shit to Superman at the same
Yeah.
time. You're supposed to be like, yeah, you go, girl. It's like, no, you're evil.
No, you suck. You you're not only evil, like you're the villain of the story.
Correct.
Like,
You're 100% villain. And the
Yeah.
Justice League need to stop you. Superman's like, all right, I'm calling in everybody. We're going to stop you.
yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah. So there you go, DC fans. Those are your heroes, I guess, on display. On full
Yeah,
display.
heroes.
So,
Yeah. As
Yeah,
opposed
so-
to characters, maybe getting out and going to a small town and learning perspective and maybe getting a better understanding of how middle America works and hardworking farmers and, maybe just getting a different perspective on how the real world works and be like, oh, I thought farmers were a bunch of hill-jack, redneck, white trash, but it's like, turns out you have to be incredibly smart to learn how to farm effectively.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, maybe
Maybe
I
you can't just be like Homer Simpson and like plant
Tobacco?
Tobacco, maybe tobacco. Yeah.
No, unfortunately.
One of the last great episodes of The Simpsons.
Yeah, it was.
You know what? Now that you bring that up, that actually would have been a cool book. So like Fire and Ice get kind of Superman tells them to stay with Martha to gain some different perspective. And he's like, you guys are way too young. You're spoiled. You need to learn a thing about humility and hard work. So they go to Martha, and maybe Martha mentors them and like trains them and teaches them, and they learn something from that little town of Smallville. And by the time they get back to the Justice League, they're kick-ass. They learn how to be in like a team aspect. They're hard workers. They're humble. That'd be the story right there.
Learning something from a strong, independent mother to
Yes.
Superman. It's like, you want to talk about someone who could mentor young women and say,
Yeah.
listen, you have no idea what it takes to have my son go out there and be Superman, who I've seen die, come back, leave the planet. It's like all of these things. And it's like, you know what that takes for a woman to be okay with that as a mom? It's like,
Let alone raising a child growing through these pains,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot that you fucking kids need to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things I always love on this show is every time we pitch something different than what is originally in the book, it's 1,000 times better, like objectively.
Yeah.
Like there's a better story there, or we have something that's like will work out over time or be better with a larger audience. I don't know. I feel like the things that we pitch here are so much more heroic and morally like
real,
Actual comic
real
book
and
stories.
yeah, like
heartfelt,
yeah, exactly.
have purpose.
There you go. Yeah. Instead of your slice of life, we bought a hair salon. It's like, okay, thanks guys. You want pie? Yeah, let's get pie.
God.
Do you guys want to go over Sacrificers, Ghost Rider, Birds of Prey, or Shazam?
Let's do Sacrificers. I need a good palate cleanser.
Yeah, we need a good palate cleanser with dope cover.
Not just that, the dope cover and the interior art in this is beautiful.
So good.
Oh, so good.
Mm.
So yeah, most are born in nets that they cannot see. The net is their baseline.
Yep.
Mm.
And they thrive within its confines.
Mm.
This was another thing that I like too, is each time we get introduced to like a different race,
Mhm.
not only is it like the race, but we get introduced to like their home, their city, you know, or
Yes.
they're like it's world building at its
Yeah.
finest.
That's what Rick Remender does pretty damn well. I will give him
Yeah.
that. You know, when he's on, and he does a good job world building. He's done. I think he did that 7 to Eternity or 7 for Eternity
Mm.
comic with Daniel Kuna. I think it was back in the day. Yeah, talk about a good world building comic.
Mm.
That bird person, the lead. He is my favorite character, and he is so well illustrated.
Mhm.
Dude. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just going to say the pigeon is by far my favorite character.
Yes.
By far. Because he's humble. He's got a good heart. He's, you know.
He believes.
Yeah. I think even later we'll see him be like, stop fighting, you know, like the reason why we're all afraid. Yeah, we'll get to it. But
yeah.
So he's I guess the main kind of executioner, sacrificer.
He's a lead Cenobite. I call these guys are
He is a Cenobite. Yeah. Do you think this? I don't want to call it a diatribe. Do you think this monologue is coming from this guy, the bunny ears guy?
I think so.
That's kind of what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yeah, like look at this. I love this.
Yeah, that's a really cool shot. I like that.
Yeah. It gives you a perspective of like the scale of where they are, and also like the aquamarine to kind of display like the waves that these people are more from like the ocean than they are from the land.
Yeah, and that they're collecting people from everywhere. It's not just that pigeon from a shit farm somewhere where it's like you. It's like, no, we're going to this obviously wealthy big city.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see them. They're like, hey, they're finally here. This is awesome.
It's kind of like The Giver a little bit.
It is, yeah.
And I like this too because you can actually see the ocean here, and that, you know, kind of adds to that whole thing. But yeah, no, you can see the wealth in the city too. People are dressed nice.
Mhm.
There's like, you know, shops. There's, you know, it's a bustling market. There's trade and
look at that.
Yeah.
Cheeseburger in Paradise over there. Yeah.
Hey, yeah. So yeah, this is like a wealthy society.
Mhm.
And I did not expect that they were going to sacrifice this woman.
No.
Yeah.
And they're happy.
Yeah, they're all
yeah.
celebrating. Yeah.
Yeah, the Messiah. It's like
The Messiah of Hope.
I love that shot.
Yeah.
It's my favorite shot of the whole book. I love that.
Oh, it's so good. What do you think is here?
That character has seen like
Hope,
pure happiness and hope
Yeah.
and great, because that character beats his shit, and it's like this is the first time you've seen people happy. Like, could you imagine what that would like? How you could register that at that in your mind? Like, whoa, people can actually like have this emotion of like, what is that?
And that was going to be my question to you guys: is like, what do you think his like? What do you think he's thinking? What do you think he's feeling here? Because you have like this crowd of people like reaching out to them, throwing these like roses, and his face is almost one of like shock and
It's
I
like
don't know, like
child's
It's,
pure
it's wonder.
wonderment.
It's wonder. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
yes, but
Yeah.
bewilderment
Wonder
and
and
wonder.
awe.
Yeah.
Yeah, pure innocence. Just
Yeah.
somebody that has never experienced anything like this before
Yeah.
or seen it.
Yeah. Yeah. Really cool shot. And once again, you don't need to say much here.
No,
Everything, it speaks for itself. It's a visual medium.
and you can convey that face in a fucking bird kid.
Yeah.
If you can get all of that in those eyes, it's like in a non-human character. Like, look at that. What the different opinions we have in just one shot. It's like, how amazing is that art?
In a pigeon, in a human like pigeon face. Yeah.
Yeah.
So funny. But then immediately you see that this woman is going to be sacrificing herself, and you see how that bewilderment, that hope, that childlike face goes away very quickly once he realizes, oh my gosh, no one is safe from being sacrificed.
Yeah.
It's not just us poor. It's
Mhm.
the ones who are wealthy as well.
Yeah.
Love this map
You're
shot.
doing this. Like you're willingly doing it. Like you're not being kicked out saying, no, you do it. Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
Are these humans? They look like it.
humans.
Yeah, or like low cavemen, or I don't. Yeah, it's hard to tell.
I wonder if humans exist in this world. But
Hmm.
yeah. So yeah, this is where we get a lot of character development here
Yep.
between the sacrificers. Fools, you know nothing. Yeah, I heard we'll be fed to Aquatica's gargantuan in the gloom sea.
That's
No,
Aquafina.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
She is pretty frightening. So yeah.
That voice is.
That's-
Yeah. You have to listen to that forever.
Oh God! Oh yeah, that's one of the torture, or that's
Yeah.
one of your one of the sacrifices is that
It's
you have
one
to
of the
listen to
levels
that
of hell.
song.
Yeah, you gotta listen to her do that rap.
Yep, the
over and
scuttlebutt.
over again. Yeah.
Oh God, that would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
No, we fight each other in the Luna arena.
Mm.
We're to bleed out slowly in the macabre ritual. Tomorrow they march us over the veiled cliffs where we are to be thrown into a volcano to burn in honor of Rokos's light.
That's fair.
I'm assuming Rokos is the first guy we saw in the first issue.
The fire god guy.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, this is where like this was super interesting and very telling of this kind of like almost mental psychosis where she's like, what do you know? Entire life spent in a barn shoveling shit. And it's like, you're no better. You are no better than this pigeon. And yet you're the one telling him what he knows and what he doesn't,
Mhm.
kind of interesting.
Yeah, there's a hierarchy in the levels of how pathetic you are. It's like, no.
That level of suffering. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you were in a barn shoveling shit. I was in a cage. I had to eat moss and bugs. It's like everyone is trying to.
Like, yeah, you're still a piece of shit.
Who's the bigger victim?
Yep.
Yeah. There you go. Even the orca woman, the privileged one, she's like fear mongering and ignorance. Let these brave sacrificers eat in peace, rodent.
Mm. There you go.
The dialogue in here is really very intellectual. It's very cool. And I think people get tricked a lot of times with Jonathan Hickman's book. We went over, Kyle, last week, Secret Invasion, right? Issue 3.
Mhm.
And a lot of people were saying like, oh, it's so highly intellectual and it's like written so well. And Perch had brought this up, but he was like, Jonathan Hickman writes what dumb people think is highly intellectual.
Exactly. Yes. It was honestly the most boring comic. You want to talk about the event that was built up as this big event, overpriced event where nothing fucking happened.
I'm still listening. I'm gonna grab a coffee real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. So I want everyone to bear this in mind. All right, Jonathan Hickman was, he was lauded as the next big thing. All right, yeah, and rightfully so. He built, Secret Wars, New Avengers, the Illuminati, the Convergence, all that stuff. It's like, okay, cool, great, amazing. He did the X-Men stuff, and he got kicked off because he's a white man. And then he came back because Donny Cates is off in Kooky Town. But the Ultimate Invasion, bringing back to Ultimate Universe, it's like, okay, great, fine, but you wrote some of the worst Ultimate Universe stories afterwards. We don't really associate you with Ultimate Universe. 2, nothing is fucking happening. They're all just standing around and goddamn talking. I don't give a shit. I was checked out by the 3rd issue.
Yeah. So I didn't read it, and Kyle and I did that review of it on last week's show. I think it was.
I read it. I could not believe it. I really.
Oh yeah. I was
like
looking through it, and I was like, "Oh my god, you're not kidding! It literally is just standing and talking." Whereas, like, sometimes we'll exaggerate and we'll go like, they're just eating and talking the whole time, and it's like, it's a good portion of the book, but it's not the entire time. No, this literally was the entire book was just standing and talking.
Stark walking around, being walked around, and said, "Hey, this is probably really weird to you, huh? Look at this guy. You know him from your universe, but here he's different. He's wearing a hat here. Isn't that cool?"
He's like,
he's got a monocle.
Yeah,
he's writing stories that should not be comic books. He's writing stories that should be like little novels. Maybe have like an image, like they're like the old classic illustrated novels for kids. Have like an illustrated image at the beginning of the chapter, and then write everything else out in dialogue. Have your little fun, fancy, stupid charts that we've all been mocked to death. It's not fun anymore. The game is up. The jig is up. This is all old. It's out of fashion. It's not cool. It's not funny. It's not fun. It's lazy. It's stupid. Just. This Gods series he's got coming out, he's got another thing coming. If he's expecting like a massive monumental hit on that, Jesus.
You know, was really funny too was 3 pages were the diagram white page fucking layout bullshit. 3 pages of that book was just that, and I was like, what are we doing here? What are we doing anymore? What are we doing here?
A little dossier thing. Isn't that great?
Wasn't the book like $6 or $7 or something?
Yeah.
Like, it was an expensive book.
But hey, Brian Hitch on the art.
I mean, to be fair, he draws a great room.
Oh yeah.
He drew like a beautiful room. It was,
you could get the scope and nice rugs. Yeah, it was really great.
Yeah. Great architecture. So
wonderful.
I think Art Vandelay designed that one.
I think he did.
Yeah.
Carl Florian did some of the furniture in the room. Yeah. You got some of the. Where did you get the lumber from? Was it from like the back good vertebrations?
The lumbar yard.
Oh, the lumber yard. Sorry.
The lumbar. Well, he goes. Oh yeah, we don't have one of those stupid names like that. Yeah, ours is good. The lumbar yard. Or what about the Wiz? I'm the Wiz.
Nobody beats him.
Nobody beats him.
But yeah, like I said, Jonathan Hickman, I honestly think he pulled a big grift on Marvel with these books. I really think he took a big paycheck from CB and Marvel, and he's just giving them shit. Like, they didn't care what it was. They needed a book. Donnie is out. We need whatever you got. We're desperate, and this is shit.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see what issue 4 brings us, right, Drew? I mean,
it'd be a nice paper bag full of shit on fire.
Called the poop shit.
You called the shit poop, yeah. Flaming dog or poo into human reaction.
You poop mouth. JK says, well, I'm out. Night all. JK, have a great night, brother. It reminded me of Big Gulps, huh? Well, see you later.
It reminded me of I'm out.
Oh yeah. That's another good one. So yeah, we get more characterization between like these two kind of like witches type women. And they're like, I was raised in a cage, you found me and watched 5 others starve to death. And this one's like, I was tossed into a pit on my 3rd birthday, ate rats and moss my entire life. So like they're all trying to say like we have it worse, right?
Yeah. I'm the bigger victim. No, I'm a bigger victim. Yeah.
Yeah. But they're all shitty. And that's the thing is like none of like neither one of these two.
It's like a conversation on Twitter. This is what this is right here.
Yeah. Because of their circumstances, it does not what's the word I'm looking for? Excuse their behavior, right?
Right. And you're all going to the same place. You're all going to be sacrificed. So what does it matter?
Exactly. You all are in this together. So why fight right now? But the privileged kind of I don't want to say, I mean, she's privileged, but the wealthy, the well-off sacrificer says, well, your perspective is different than mine, and what I have, what I'm thinking of is that this is our honor. This is a duty that we must, share in, that these chains shackle us together in honor of, I think they were talking about like the gods, right?
Yeah.
So she gives him this, her food.
Smorgasbord.
Yeah. And you see how like greedy and just vicious these vile people are.
Yeah.
Contain your greed.
Yeah. I love that line. That was good too.
It's like, honestly, this is a good example of, I would say, good reflection like to those jackasses that say, like Chip Zdarsky, let's give $1 million to all the homeless people, because they deserve it. This is the shit that would happen.
Yeah. And this whole time, our poor, like our best character, our poor pigeon boy.
Yeah.
What was my little, what did Kramer call Jerry? My little donut boy or my little something boy?
Cable
what was
boy?
it? Cable boy. Yes, thank you. My little cable boy.
Little cable boy.
Yeah. When he gets shot up in this dream. So yeah, my little pigeon boy here, he hasn't said a word, and he finally goes like, oh, you know where they're taking us? Because these Orca people are talking about like the promised land, like this what does she say? The divine to the destiny of life itself. And this I thought was kind of an interesting line too. Yeah, you don't chain someone up to take them someplace nice. I was like,
That's an interesting
yeah, and like little lines throughout this whole book. I'm like, there's something beneath that. Like you have to read this book like 3 times to really see like,
where it gets to at the end, it really made me think of another pop culture like movie novel at the end of this. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. But
like you can, I can see both perspectives here. I get these characters are like, why the hell are you acting like this? Like, we're fucked, right? Like, I'm just gonna eat all this. And she's like, no, everything's gonna be great. We're here. We're divine. Everything's fine. Like, oh yeah, then why are we in chains? Well, the chains represent our devotion and everything else. It's like, you sound like a fucking nut job. Like, like, it's really that it toes that line of like, you all could be wrong. You have no idea.
Yeah. And this is, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's you're looking at it from this perspective. There is no omniscient narrator where it's like, okay, who is right, who is wrong? We don't have an unreliable narrator. It's just seeing it from the ground, from these characters' perspectives, to where it's like, it's just very interesting, and it makes you want to continue to read. Yes.
And I love what you said about there's no real delineation between like there's no definitive way that the author is trying to say these are the moral ones and these are the bad ones, or like these are the good people and these are the bad people. Everyone is kind of in this thing together where you're trying to figure out where are they going, what does this mean, society, or in their society and their economy, because this Orca person says, you lowborn understand nothing of the divinity. Our sacrifice is that we leave our homes never to see our loved ones. In exchange, the gods entrust us to run the mortal senate that oversees all. And these people are just like, you are insane, like you said, right? Mm-hmm. But I like that Rick Remender is giving us, the reader, the opportunity to see it through, like, as a just a unbiased fly on the wall, to kind of watch this unfold. And I think this is a good example of what good, how do I say this? You know how we always talk about, like, oh, there's politics in comic books.
Well,
This
it's
is
not
a-
just it's good characterization because you have different motivations, different
Mhm.
backgrounds.
Yeah.
No voice is the same,
Yeah.
which is great. That's what's great. They're actual characters. They all have different lived-in lives and with different
Yes.
beliefs. So that's what's great about this. There's not that one person. I mean, who is right?
Right. Yeah. And that is and we're not being told as the reader, if you don't agree with this person, you're the one thinking incorrectly,
Yeah.
or like, you're not a good person if you don't agree with this person or that person or whatever. And I think that's why we like the pigeon so much, our little pigeon boy, because he's not involved in either one of these.
Yeah.
He wasn't born the lowest of the low, but he wasn't born in the highest of the high. He was kind of, I guess, just kind
Middle
of
America.
there.
Yeah.
Middle America, experiencing life on a farm. Yes, he's been through hell to leave his family, but he's kind of experiencing this through the eyes of just what maybe a normal citizen would feel. But yeah, no, I think there's a lot of depth to this book that you could probably get after 2-3 times of a read.
Yeah. Oh, and it's, what does it mean to sacrifice something? What does that actually mean?
Yeah.
And to each of them, it means something different. It's like her, it's like, no, we're never going to see our loved ones again, our families. We're leaving our home, our safe, wonderful town. And for them, it's like, we're going to be fucking killed. We know the truth. Our lives are shit. I don't want to fucking go back there anyway. But it's like, we're all going to die. That's obviously what sacrificing. We're sacrificing ourselves. And she's like, no, we're sacrificing our families. So it's just very interesting to see what they each represent when it comes to actual sacrifice, because we don't know. We don't know what it is.
And the different perspectives, how by growing up in one stratosphere, another, or one, economic state in another, your perspective on things is going to be completely different, even if you are in the same world or in the same, land or wherever they are in this fantasy land.
Yeah.
I thought this is a really interesting line. She goes, "You two see ugliness because you are ugly." And I was like, ooh. I don't think that's just, yeah, no, it's not just like a surface level, you are ugly. I felt like she was talking about they're ugly in their soul.
Yeah.
In their soul.
You're ugly. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You are rotten to your core and you see the world through that,
Yeah.
You got no code.
Well, it's like, honor. It's like to live like that, though. It's like when she says, like, they look down on us. They're the boss. It's like, when that's your whole life, though, to see that they're up here, you're down here, you will never get up here. You will always be a scumbag. You will never get up there. It's like, so why would you assume anything good's going to happen to you?
Yeah. So good, man.
Mm-hmm.
But this is my favorite scene. This is my favorite line in the whole book, because our little pigeon boy says, the thing is, none of us know where we're going. That's why we're all so afraid. And it's like, God damn. So good. So good.
And true.
And very true, because we are scared of the things that we don't understand yet.
Yeah, there's no greater fear than fear of the unknown.
Yeah, there you go. And I think that is why he's our protagonist. He's the voice of reason. He's our eyes that we get to see this through, because we don't necessarily know. We may not have all the right answers. And that's why we tend to be afraid. And that's why we see other people like cannibalizing each other and being so divisive. And it's because they're afraid. But yeah, so this character, fucking pigeon boy for the win. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Once again, art just impeccable.
Yeah, this artist, I've never heard of him before. I don't this artist really, it's kind of, more or less sucker punched me. I got to really look at this guy, see what else he's done, because this art is beautiful.
Yeah, it really is.
All the different broad range of emotions is terrific.
And it's something that I haven't really seen before in a comic book. I don't know.
No.
I've never really seen this type of artwork before.
No, but the only thing I can really kind of compare it to a little bit is Animal Castle. A little
Yeah, I
bit.
was gonna say Animal
Yeah,
Castle.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Three dogs,
Yeah,
kind of, sort of,
Kind
but
of, yeah.
Animal Castle may be a little cleaner,
But yeah,
where this one may be a little bit more abstract.
which I mean, both of them together, they're both master classes in how to do it and how to convey emotion in animals, and while telling a very compelling, deep, rich story at the same time. But yeah, this one, speaking of Lord of the Rings, it's felt just like when they were going up the mountain.
Oh yeah, Karathras, I think it's called, or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
and Saruman starts to bring down the mountain on him.
Yeah.
We have to go through the gap of Rohan, and he's like,
"Take us too close to Isengard."
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
leave it up to the ring bearer. And he goes, we head to the mines of Moria. And I think it's Gandalf's face, and he's like, fuck me.
He's like, you would say that.
You dumb motherfucker.
I didn't quite hear you, Frodo. I think you said the gap of Rohan.
Yes, we shall head there. Thank you, ring bearer. And he's like,
you.
Gandalf, no. He just slowly shh. Our ring bearer is too tired to speak now.
Oh, the ring bearer. Oh, it's so tough. Oh, he can barely stand.
Oh no, sleep now, Frodo. It's been a long journey. We shall head to the Gap of Rohan.
Speak no
post
more.
haste.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it does remind me of that. I love this too, this little panel. Just something like this gives us more character development to show, like, even when this one of these orcas fall and they get pushed over, guess who's the one that picks him up? Our fucking pigeon boy, man.
Yeah.
He's the one who's trying to help him. And she still has faith. She's still like, it's a beautiful test of our devotion. You can see that, can't you? And he's kind of like,
is it?
Is it? You know?
All right. I don't know if it's beautiful.
Yeah, this executioner Cenobite is not beautiful. So
no.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it does have a biblical approach to it. Just that's what's great about it. Just that blind faith. Just what that is. God puts, it's like the Book of Job. God putting Job through all these trials, and just make sure he maintains his belief. And it's what he is. He is Job in this.
Penitent man will pass.
And her the orca's faith is what's sustaining her right now. It's the thing that's pushing her to continue going, right?
That's all you got.
Because she believes. Yeah. This is where it really gets to the faith element of all this stuff. Just the belief.
It's 2 a.m. I'm at a cockfight. What am I clinging to?
Little Yeri. Little Yeri.
Little Yeri is saying.
Little Yeri.
That guy handles himself.
Mark McGrath says, who's down with the MVP? You know me, my friend. Coming in hot. He says, what an unholy nightmare. Get it?
So do we want to talk about that after this? Or do you want to wait till a little bit later after that? Or
yeah, we'll do it right after this, because we're almost done with Sacrificers.
Cool.
So here's my only I guess critique of the book. We get 2 pages of black bars and nothing.
No real sound effects. Nothing saying like a squishy, like what they're going through, where they're going. It's just
we got nothing, man. And I mean, granted, the voice that we follow is still very interesting, and it's giving us a different perspective. But this felt like they didn't know how to get to the paradise land,
Yeah, it's a good way to
or maybe he wanted to leave it a mystery. And clearly he did, just because it's the promised land. How do you get there? I don't know. It's a mystery.
Is he dead? We don't know.
We don't know.
Who's talking right now? We don't know who those words are coming from. Is it in his mind? Is it like a Jacob's Ladder situation here?
I think it's.
Yeah, did they die walking up the mountain?
See?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
We don't know.
And see, that's a good. And that's something I didn't even think about. So that's a great. Yeah, that's because I thought the voice was coming from our lead, like sacrificer, executioner guy, because he says, "Follow my voice, let us pray." So I'm thinking, maybe he's the one leading them to this place. But a release from your struggle also means a release from life.
Yes.
Yeah.
So death.
Yeah.
You know.
When you get to heaven, something bad, something awful's got to happen. You got to die, unfortunately. So yeah, maybe they did die. Who knows?
So reborn with each step, make a better way version for yourself, free to do what is right, despite the overwhelming sense of self-preservation. Trust. All old intuitions crumble, they abandon you. A collective dream, a lie agreed upon. And they enter into the promised land. And the Orca says, just like I told you.
And this is where I'm kind of associated this with Willy Wonka a little bit.
It does have that feeling, huh?
Yes. Yeah. Because there's a scene of blackness too when they're traveling, they get to the candy vault or whatever. Yeah. So this could be a case of be careful what you get, and we'll see what happens. But I could be wrong, could very well be wrong, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, man, and see, now that you guys brought up death, that they could have died, and this is them being in heaven with the gods. I never even thought about that. So, like, again, like. You could probably get 10 different people to read this book, and all 10 of them would come away with something different.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what makes it great. That's good writing.
That's very good writing, and it's very good storytelling, I think.
Or you could also see it as they want to leave it up and it's ambiguous to whatever you want it to be. That can also be seen as you're a lazy writer because you don't want to actually tell a story.
Okay, hold on for that. If you read the very, very end of issue 1, when Rick Remender was giving his notes, one of his favorite filmmakers is David Lynch. And he loves how David Lynch does not hold your hand storytelling. He wants you to kind of figure it out along the way.
Yep.
So this is a case where he's not going to tell us. I have a strong feeling Rick is not going to tell us. He's going to want us to figure it out with this story.
That is very true. Very true. He did mention that about David Lynch. So, yeah, either way, I'm picking up issue 3. That's for sure, because this has been just a wild ride. It's been so great.
2 issues, and it's already turning into the book of the year. One of the books of the year right now.
Really? Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
Not good.
I don't know if I'd give it book of the year, but I'm enjoying it a lot.
It'll very well be the top 10. I guarantee you.
Top 10 for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Just on characterization and writing alone, because you also have to think about how beautiful the art is. Yeah, I mean, it's better than any of the books that are coming out at Marvel and DC this week. So, but yeah.
True.
Let me go ahead and share this. So yeah, Drew, if you want to kind of give us another synopsis or give us some background or some any new news that's coming out for your book.
So yeah, Unholy Nightmare #1. We today on Facebook, we dropped the teaser trailer for this on Facebook and Instagram, and people are loving it. People are they love the feel of it. It's superhero horror. It's what Aurelio and I love. We love superhero comics. We love horror. We love 1990s Image Comics. We love the gore and horror from the 1980s black and white indie books. So we wanted to tell a superhero horror story here with there's one of the first interior pages. It's actually being colored right now. The color's being tweaked right now. We just got it back, but it looks really damn good. Not ready to show it yet, but if you love superhero stories and you love the archetypes and you love see superheroes do drug busts, but you love a twist along the way, that's what this comic is going to give you. You've got our John Wick superhero Spider-Man type story character right here, the Recluse. It takes place in Chicago, so he operates out of there, and he started off young, bright, optimistic. Billy Mumphrey as a superhero like Arachno, and but his family was killed, murdered in their home, and he became the Recluse as he got older. So he's like a Spider-Man gauntlet wielding vigilante. But like I said, there's a twist along the way in the book as well. And he's got a female partner who in this drug bust who's a cop. And there's the other new character right there, the Trinarca. She's an Italian. She's based off Italian folklore as well. So Aurelio is Italian, and he was giving me all these ideas, these character designs based on Italian history and folklore. I'm like, holy crap, man! I'd never heard of some of this stuff. And I saw this. I'm like, dude, who is she? What does she do? And I'm like, he gave me like the synopsis of what she was in folklore. And I'm like, I got the backstory for her. I know what we're gonna do. So got a fun little story that's gonna happen with her. She's gonna pop up in issue 2, but we wanted to tease her in issue 1 because she just looks too damn good. And we've got a lot of big things planned for this series. We have 6 issues plotted. Issue 1 is done script-wise. It's being drawn right now. We have covers done. We have 2 more covers we're probably gonna do. But it's gonna be launching on Halloween night when we're launching.
Yeah, buddy. Nice. Dude, yeah, this is so exciting. This sounds so rad. I love the design for this character. And to have something that's like both superhero, crime, and horror is such a great mashup of like all these different worlds. So I'm here for it. I'm looking forward to what you and I think Raelio, am I pronouncing that?
Raelio,
yeah. I'm looking forward to what you guys are going to bring to the table, because this thing is so much different than what I've seen. And to be fair, like there have been a lot of crowdfunding books that I've been receiving lately, or books that I've been seeing, like startups and stuff, that are not good. And so this is going to be a palate cleanser of something that's like really something that I'm looking for, or something that's going to fill that scratch that itch, So I'm super stoked.
And that's one thing that Aurelio and I agreed on when we did this. It's like, if we're telling this story, we're gonna have bodies being impaled, necks being snapped, people being shot. It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be bloody. It's gonna be gory. It's gonna be nasty. There's going to be superheroes at the same time who are also monsters, fighting monsters. So, yeah, like that.
That's badass, man. Yeah, I love that. Monsters fighting monsters. Who wouldn't love that pitch? So,
Jack, so it's so funny you mentioned that, because Murphy, who is running the Kickstarter for us, we discussed that. We were thinking, it's like some of these pages, some of the covers are so damn good, like the one that Joe Ball did with Recluse with the spider arms. If you look at the black and white of that, it is beautiful. And we're like, some of these that one, if you look at the black and white of that OA is amazing. And so like the interiors and the covers, we're thinking we should do these in black and white, but we're tweaking with ideas to do for stretch goals. So if we do reach a certain goal, maybe we'll offer a black and white variant for all this stuff, sans color. But we have thought about it, yes.
Well, if you guys do, I may have to back that tier, because I think you've shown me the way for this, and it's something else, man. It is something else. So
Joe Ball is a hidden talent. Yeah, he's worked with Phil Diaz and the Diaz brothers on a lot of their properties, and I asked him, "Hey, you got anyone I can use for a cover?" He said, "Me, Joe Ball," and
Also, I'm digging the hidden kind of like Punisher logo here. That is very, very cool. I'm liking that a lot. So
he's like a spider Punisher, and
hell yeah, the Spidersher, or the Punish Man.
Yeah.
Jack says, I've been around since the old Faust grips, gunfighters in hell. That would be awesome.
Ooh, yeah. Speaking of Faust, you got the hardcover back there, the omnibus. Right there.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. So we love Faust. I love Faust, and yeah. So trust me, the pitch for this was, horror and folklore with Image Comics 1990s action mixed with 1980s Rebel Studios gore. So,
oh man, say less, fam. Say no more. As the kids would say less, fam. But yeah, that's that pitch right there. 90s action, but like 80s. What was it, like storytelling and
the indie movie, the indie gore,
indie gore stuff? Yeah,
yeah.
I'm here for it. Well, sweet, man. Yeah, thank you for pitching that. Do
Yeah.
you guys want to maybe hit one more book and then call it a night? What how you guys feeling?
Sure.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what book?
That's the question. I've got 3 pulled up: Ghost Rider, Birds of Prey, and Shazam. I mean,
I'd say Shazam. I would love to talk about Shazam.
Okay, cool. Let me also just real quick.
Or Spider-Man. Spider-Man is another good one we could have talked about too. But
unfortunately I didn't read that one, so I don't know if I would.
Shazam's good.
Okay, I did want to bring this up though, and just for chat, just for you guys and for those watching on the replay again, tell me I'm not crazy, because I want to make sure I'm reading this right. So this was from the Ghost Rider Wolverine Weapons of Vengeance book that came out this week. And these 2 mutants are in, like, suburbia, I guess, like, nice, well-kept neighborhood. And this mutant says, what do you think about, or what do you think? How about that one? Biggest house in the neighborhood. Fuck yeah. This mutant demolishes, like implodes the house, and the family that's in there could have been husband, wife, 2 children.
That's premeditated murder, right, Kyle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, not just makes the house, crumble, like makes this thing explode from the inside out.
Yeah, like Michael Bay stuff. This is a Michael Bay house. It just went up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it had 20,000 gas tanks around it. Yeah.
Oh God. She goes, the humans took away more than our home. They stole our right to even exist. I don't care if every last one of them dies.
That's a villain. Evil. They just drove in the middle of, they picked what's his face in The Jerk, the guy just like picked a random name. They picked a random home. It didn't matter who was there. And random big home just said, it's just an eye for an eye. They didn't give a shit. It's like,
sounds like a good villain.
That is an absolute great villain.
Great villain origin story. Because I automatically hate this woman, and she deserves to get the penance stare,
Yeah, now, I challenge you. I dare say, this would have been a great first issue for the Punisher.
Oh, yeah. And he just douche right in there.
Just hunting down the mutants. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would be sick.
You're amazing.
Yeah. This is why I was like, hang on a second. Ben Percy, are you telling us, like, who's right here, right? And the mutant goes, holy fuck, you're amazing. Like,
let's make out.
No, the old trope.
Huh? Yeah, let's make a baby. What?
Let's get the fuck out of here. But yeah, like the old trope of, you're amazing. No, you're amazing. No, you're amazing. Like, literally the second page, she commits one of the most heinous crimes against, like, an innocent human family. And this guy goes, holy shit, you're amazing. Like, good job, buddy.
It is so devoid of any humanity.
Yeah, or any moral value, right?
Yeah, very sociopathic. Yeah, absolutely.
But hey, Hellverine is on his way to say,
God damn.
Fuck that.
Well, we can't have nice things.
Ever.
So he ends up like murking these 2. And I'm in my head, I'm going like, cool. Yes. Yeah. No, like that's what we need. But it turns out that he's being controlled by the bad guy of the story.
Mm-hmm.
you know, he has the like Weapon X helmet on Helverine that's like controlling his body. So I'm like, so wait a second. So now we're back to killing them was the bad thing to do.
Yeah.
So I was completely like from the get-go, I was like, okay, the moral integrity of this book is completely flawed. Like I don't know how we're going to just let this slide, right? So I don't know.
Why is there a baby in the back seat when they go out to blow up a house?
Great question. They're just bad parents. I don't know.
They're just out and they're like, I'm gonna go blow up this house full of kids, but don't touch my kid.
Yeah,
Like,
but our kid is in the back. So
and they're like, no, we got to make them sympathetic because they have a baby. It's like,
it's like, don't pull that card. Ben,
Yeah.
Ben pulled his punch. by doing
Nice
that
try.
shit. No.
nice try, but
They're evil, but not that evil.
yeah,
all right.
look, they have a baby. Hey guys.
yeah, because
He's
this like because his overlord goes like, oh, you need to kill the mutant, and then Ghost. I think this is Ghost Rider. He's like, no, don't you dare! Like he's the moral one.
He's in the VR.
Yeah, he's in the
One,
virtual
one, one.
reality. So I was like, what the fuck is going on here, man? So all in all, I think there could have been something cool here with Mephisto and the demon and like how they talk about this demon kind of constructs monuments and statues of, you know.
Made it way too made it much more complicated than it should have been.
Sure, yeah. Should have been super simple, very easy. But yeah, just a bit convoluted at times.
Keeps
So
going. Keeps going.
yeah.
Keeps going.
But hey, cool art.
Yeah,
Cool art. So,
it's not bad.
It's like, okay, he's posing. Okay, great.
Mhm.
Let's do something.
yeah.
Let's do something like in the Nightmare where they're snapping necks, blowing people apart, you know, ripping limbs off.
Hey, yeah.
Hey, that's just me.
In terms of Birds of Prey, I'll just show that I wasn't kidding, that Ollie is in fact in bed and just useless, literally useless to her. And then I want to show let's see, where is she?
Just big part.
Yeah, Marta's a big old girl.
Hawaiian. It's like, what are you, like a Samoan? Like, look at you.
Yeah. She's built Ford tough.
Yeah, no shit.
So yeah, here's Grifter. Of course, the second man we see, just fucking lazy, pathetic ass sleeping in. She's like, go back to sleep.
What?
Yeah. Are you leaving me? Sort of.
Bird.
But that's pretty much, I mean, like, and then here's like the halfway point, and from here on, it's just the Harley show.
Mm-hmm.
Harley, more Harley Quinn. They go find Harley. Harley makes a snarky comment. Harley gets invited to the team. Harley talks about, I don't like it when people mess with cool ass little girls, and any girl that's a ninja before 10 is pretty damn cool. So yeah, I'm here to make sure cool ass little girls get to grow up and become cool ass women. Yeah, that's right.
Wait, what? Speaking of gibberish.
Well, it is Harley, so I mean it makes sense.
Yeah.
And then yeah, she's on the team. So that was Birds of Prey. There, like, honestly, there's just nothing there to talk about much. Yeah. This shot right here was badass.
Yeah, loved it.
Yeah, I like this a lot. Hey, we got another super chat from George. Dude, you were killing it tonight. George. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. He says, looks great. I did enjoy Born of Blood. Nice.
Awesome. Thank you.
Glad you liked it, man.
Appreciate it. It means a lot. Thank you. And if you did enjoy that, you're gonna love Unholy Nightmare. Trust me.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you for the $1.99, brother. Much appreciated. And we have Kaiser Jose. He says, hey guys, hey chat, what books we cover so far? Oh gosh. we cover. Oh gosh, here. Let me just pull
Fire
it
and
up real
Ice.
quick.
Sacrificer.
So at the very beginning, like
Oh yeah.
15 minutes into the show, we talked about Batman, Spider-Man, Shazam, Fantastic Four, Birds of JSA, Birds of Prey, Wolverine, Ghost Rider,
Blue Beetle briefly.
Sacrifice, just Blue Beetle to trash on it. Magneto, Shitty Boy,
Betty Boy.
Fire and Ice, and Silver Surfer, Rebirth, Legacy, Omega, House of Powers of Silver Surfer. So
Yep. Don't steal.
nope.
Kyle.
And I think a little bit of Red Room, but I
Yeah.
think that was it.
Oh, I did read Godzilla Here There Be Monsters. I read all 3.
Ooh,
They're boring as fuck.
not like Space Godzilla that we
Dude,
read
Space
last week.
Godzilla, that book is fucking awesome.
It was cool.
At least Godzilla in this series, and it is just Captain Jack Sparrow sitting and talking about how he met Godzilla once.
Oh, so Captain Jack Swallows.
Yeah, so he swallowed.
But you have heard of me.
Yes. It's written by Frank Thierry, so I was just like, well, maybe, because Frank Thierry can be.
Yeah, no, I really like Frank
Yeah.
Thierry.
And then it's just so much sitting and talking about. So this one time we were doing something and it's gold and Godzilla shows up, and then I'm on the island of all these weird sea creatures, and then Godzilla's there too for some reason. And did I tell you this one time I'm gonna try to get out of this scenario of me being, sent to the gallows? I'm just like, fuck off.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds not. It sounds not like a Godzilla book.
No, read Space Godzilla instead.
This is a good question. Which book are we ripping tonight, boys? It's a good question.
Probably Fire and Ice, honestly. That'd be the one.
Yeah, I'd rip that.
Actually, no, get back Batman. I'd rip Batman.
Yeah. Maybe Silver Surfer.
No, it'd be Batman.
Wow, Drew's ripping Batman.
Yeah. Just because the sheer character assassination of these legacy characters, that's inexcusable, completely inexcusable.
Wow. Damn, that sucks. I'm sorry, but I will rip Fire and Ice twice. I'll rip it like vertically and then horizontally. And and then I'll put it in a shredder and act like that book never happened. It was a waste of time, waste of money and effort, and it was unfortunate, but oh well. Yeah, anyone who does my boy Soups like that dirty, so yeah. So just to reiterate, Kyle is ripping Silver Surfer, I'm ripping Fire and Ice, and Drew is ripping Batman.
Correct.
Hopefully that answers your question, Kaiser. And Jack Halsey for $9.99. Man, you guys are crushing it with the super chats tonight. Thank you guys so much.
Nuts.
He says, can't wait, Drew. Thanks for doing something different that I think a lot of people are going to flock to. Will there be pie? That's a good question. Thanks again. Thanks, guys, again for the show. Always look forward to it. Take care.
Yeah, Jack, thank you for the support. I really, truly hope so. I really, truly hope people show up. Because I told these guys, Max, I just sent in a group chat. I sent the first page that's colored, what it looks like.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
We're going to be doing some minor tweaks on that, but we're going to try cutting out some of the blues behind the recluse. But other than that, it looks mostly really damn good.
That's beautiful, man. I actually like it with colors.
You want
as opposed to
show it. Why don't you go ahead and show it, since you've gotten all these super chats and they're really digging the story.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, you guys deserve to see this because this is
an exclusive. This is an exclusive.
This is really cool. Was it this one? This one? This one? This one?
Nope.
Why did it not? Let me see if I can. For some reason, it does not want to. be put on the page. Oh, you know what? I think I have to change it to a JPEG real quick. While I'm doing that, what did you take away from Shazam, or what was something that you guys liked about Shazam that
I like seeing the gods in a new light. I like seeing the gods bicker with one another. I like seeing like how they treat one another, and how the one's like, "You're not even a god." What are you talking about, Solomon? Yeah,
that's right.
And you have Billy, like he knows, because he knows he can't use his powers because things are just going wrong, and then you get there she is.
Man, that looks awesome, dude. I really like the light on his face too, and the red in the eyes. Those look cool. Good deal. Hell yeah. Well, there you guys go. There you have it. The first page of Drew's new book, colored, inked. Maybe a couple minor tweaks to it, but this is what you guys are looking at getting. This is top-notch stuff. So yeah, it looks rad. Sweet. Cannot wait. But yeah, no, this whole picture of the gods, like, I love Dan Mora's depiction of everyone here,
because they
right?
look like gods. That's what's great.
Yo, yeah, jacked as shit. You know, like you have Solomon, who's like the wise counsel. You have Hercules, who's kind of the rough and gruff. Yeah, he's kind of a little bit of both. But you have like the almighty powerful Zeus. Yeah, just everyone looks awesome. I'm really loving that page.
And it's something that we never really got before with like Jerry Ordway and the others, like the gods, you know, and something just discussing about how they balance their powers with Billy, who has more power than the other. You know, it's great stuff.
And yeah, I was gonna say, because each one of them is kind of vying for power in this issue, right?
Yes.
Yeah. This was funny. They changed. I guess they changed the Shazam page to Metamorpho, and everyone's like, not a fan. I feel like I've been captain fished, unsubscribed. It's like, yeah, that's how I feel about modern comics right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so Billy's been having a tough time changing into Shazam because each time he does, he gets controlled by one of these gods and something happens.
Yeah. Because he knows with that power it'd be irresponsible if he can't control it.
Right. Dude, look at this Dan Mora art.
Yeah.
So good.
He's going to be in New York. I can't wait to see his originals.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Even like when he draws his sister, she looks gorgeous.
Absolutely.
But he keeps he's saying, you know, well, maybe if I can't turn into, you know, Captain Marvel or Shazam or whatever, there's got to be other heroes around, right? There's Wonder Woman, there's my sister, Mary Marvel, there's Plastic Man. Like there are other heroes that can help, right?
But he's like, Plastic Man. Okay, now they're rubbing it in. Okay.
Yeah. And Atlas and the other gods are kind of bickering against each other because Atlas is like, it's my turn to take over his body. You know, it's now it's my turn, guys. And Zeus finally kind of has to give a little bit of a spark to
little nudge to get him into action.
Yes, yeah. And the passenger, this was wild. I was like, what is happening? Well, first of all, this panel right here was the best page in the book, I think.
Beautiful.
Dan Mora just, what's up?
That's a cover right there.
Oh yeah.
How good that is.
Easy. Honestly, I would have preferred this to what we actually got, which was this.
Oh, 100%.
Like the monkeys were in it for like,
they're in it for a few pages, but
yeah, they should have done one of all the gods.
I think it's leading to something else in the next issues, as well as what's going on at the moon.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, the monkeys are going to play a larger role in the next issue, but like The cover should have been the gods, man. Could you imagine how cool it would have been? Like all of them like doing something cool, and like Billy's right in the middle of all the gods, like
Yeah, they're all trying to tug at him. They're all trying to tug at shit.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Connecting cover. You get all of them. That's long. 3 connecting cover set.
Billy battling the gods.
Yeah.
See, every time we come up with a different like idea, it's way cooler than the original one. So Billy takes these gorillas back to their homeland. I did not understand this at all. Did you get this, Drew?
Yeah, he was in the first issue, the dinosaur.
Oh, okay. I haven't read one.
Talking Tawny the Tiger. He's well established in Captain Marvel lore.
Okay. I thought it was Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, and I was like, what are they doing here?
No, she's one of the obnoxious, Shazamly kids, whatever they are. You know what? Good riddance. Don't focus on her. Let's get back to Billy.
Yeah. Which we do because Atlas kind of manipulates Billy into helping these gorilla beings, right? And he's kind of acting on blind faith and kind of this innocent, I'll help these guys out, right? They need my help.
Just that childlike innocence,
yes.
That blindly believing,
He says, poor guy, these gorillas need the captain. Ted wouldn't lie to me. It's like, well, he might. But yeah, I want a comic of just these gods, man. These guys are so cool. Dan Mora draws them perfect.
I want to see him do a Hercules. I know the guy. I'd love to see him do a Hercules.
Oh, could you imagine?
Trials of Hercules.
Written by who?
Mark Waid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right. I do like their duo. Their setup is nice.
Or Tom King, one or the other.
What if it's Tom Taylor and Tom King?
Well,
that's one book.
That's perfect then.
Yeah. I mean, again, this shot.
You just completely ruined the evening by saying that.
But yeah, this shot again. This could have been the cover as well. Like this was great. So he goes to the moon to see who this bad man, evilman is, and gets attacked
on the dark side.
And it's like Fat Brainiac.
Fat Brainiac. Yeah.
Kingpin Brainiac.
Yeah. Brainpin. Yeah.
And a little bit of
Brainpin. So yeah, I mean, I liked it. I mean, if nothing else, the art is just, I mean, it's perfect. It's always perfect by him. So yeah, overall, I thought it was a good book. Like I said, I'm not in love with the character of Shazam, but for what Mark Waid and Dan Mora are doing with World's Finest and with Shazam, it's better than most of what we're getting from Marvel and DC. So
absolutely.
Oh, interesting. Okay, Mark McGrath says he's a Doom Patrol villain. Okay,
yeah, cool.
Well, that fits.
Look at that.
Kookiness.
Yeah,
this issue is very kooky. There's kookiness in this for sure. So. Kaiser says, Drew, didn't Chicago Comic-Con feel like the star power wasn't there?
That is very, very true. Kyle was there too.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very weak. It was very weak sauce.
Definitely celebrity centered.
Yeah.
Celebrity heavy.
Oh yeah, big time.
It was shocking, really. Like Thursday and Friday, it really felt like a flea market in there. It was just very quiet. And we're like, all right, they open the doors. We're like, they're telling us the doors are open. It's like, oh my God, this is not good. It was,
whoa. Yeah,
it was very, very weak. But Saturday was packed. It was insane Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Which is strange. But and Sunday was okay. But the show, Kyle was there.
I was there.
Yep, Kyle was there.
Was Kyle there or was Kevin there?
Right? Yeah, Kyle was there.
I got a photo. I was there. I'm at the camp.
Hey, look at that proof. Nice.
I was there.
Yeah, plus we had dinner. We had dinner with Danny Trejo and Jeff Fox and
Zachary Levi. Speaking of Shazam
and Superman.
Oh yeah, that's right. Mark, you don't have to be nice. It's okay. Fine. If Kyle was there, the star power was there. Come on, guys.
Maybe
If-
asshole
if-
power was there. Yeah,
Yeah, if Kevin was there, maybe it'd be different.
that's different. Yeah.
Here's a good question, Kaiser. Now, I've not read Killing Time. What did you guys?
It was good.
It was good.
It was
yeah.
good.
It was good.
Okay.
I hate saying it, but it was good. It was a solid series. I don't think Tom King wrote it, which is why it was good.
I think he did it. I think he did it to DC editorial to prove that he could still write like an action-based story.
Like,
It was fun.
trust me, guys. Yeah.
It was in one of my top picks last year when we did our countdown for the top best books of the year. Or whenever we did that, that was in there.
Oh, that's right. Holy shit. Yeah, that's
music.
that was in there.
Good.
Hmm.
I would recommend it.
Kyle, it looks like you got a fan though, brother.
Mm.
You were his main draw. Look at that. But he had to settle for Drew's signatures. I mean, I
That's good.
guess Drew can sign my Born of Blood books, whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess I haven't shown anyone the letter. I showed one or two guys the letter, but I got my first handwritten fan letter at that show.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll never forget that. That was awesome.
So cool.
Yeah.
That's
If my book
I feel
ever
like-
comes out, I'm not signing anything. So
Ooh, so you mean that if I were to somehow get your signature and then send the book into CGC, it'd be 1 of 1.
correct.
How much do you think I could get for that? For a
Nothing.
9.8?
It would go for less than whatever you paid.
Well, I mean, they say on the market exclusivity. It's like that's the thing. Even if it's like a shit book, they're like, well, there were only 10 made.
That's
Like,
true.
They're like, but I don't know. I was used to watch Tales from the Flip Side. I think it's a live stream that I was watching back in like 2020, 2021. And they'd always do like the hot comics of the week. And it'd be these speculators and these guys who worked for comic book something.
Yeah,
What's
I know
that?
what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
go
what
ahead.
are you
No,
shaking your head at?
Go
No,
ahead.
no, no. No, I want
No.
Ernie, who runs the brick and mortar store, he watches a lot of I call him the prospector, old prospector.
they are.
And that was one of them he watches. And yeah.
So all that being said, I used to watch that. I watched it for a few months. I stopped watching. It's not for me. That world is not for me. But some of these guys were like, they were determining books that were going to sell in the market. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what their live stream is. Like, so they would show a book and they'd be like, this is the Black Widow 1 in 25 variant. And there were only 100 copies made. And it's like Scarlett Johansson on the cover. And it, you know, because of her Black Widow series, this is going to be, and immediately you'd go onto eBay, sold, you know, and so I don't know if they were working the market or if they were truly
absolutely. Absolutely. They're trying to be a touchstone in the market. You know, it's like they are trying to direct the market. They're
Right.
trying to say by saying what they think is going to be big. They're trying to say what's going to be big. Yeah, that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah. So, but one of the things I remember them saying was like, you know, hey, it's not a well-known book. It's like super exclusive. There's only a few of them left, or there's only like a few of them in existence. You can barely find these in back issue bins and stuff. And I think that's the draw for a lot of people is when they buy these books, they want to say there's only this amount. You know, they want the limited, the exclusiveness of that book. So, you know, hey, Kyle, maybe that could be, you know,
Yeah.
only printed 20.
Yeah, that's what I'll go down that rabbit hole. That won't upset or piss anybody off.
No, of course not.
Well, it's turning into the sports card market.
Yeah.
Sports cards are like that, especially now. Like I started dabbling in some sports cards and stuff because I wanted some signatures. I got a couple here.
Nice.
Isaac Asimov.
Oh.
But I got a Bo Jackson one here and Nolan Ryan. But like there are so many, like, this is a one of one. This is a one of one. Like, there's multiple kinds of ones of ones of ones. It's like, well, this one's a black one of one. This one's a silver. And
right.
Jesus fucking Christ. Like, and it's like, well, this one's a $10,000 card, but this one's only $50. So that's basically what they're turning comic books into.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that I never really got too wrapped up into that. I think I was watching it for a few months and I thought maybe this could be like a cool hobby, but it is not for me. I hated trying to make that a hobby. I much prefer doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Reading, reviewing, discussing, critiquing. That seems way more like it feels like I'm actually engaging with the art form as opposed to like profiting.
Yes. Yeah. You're engaged in it. You're invested in it. But you're not a flipper. You're not trying to flip the books. You're not trying to make money off the book.
Right.
Like those individuals.
Yeah. And plus I just felt I was bad at it. Like even if I could flip, like, or even if I wanted to, I still think I'd be like bad at it. So I was just like, this just isn't for me. It's not creative in any way. It's not, it just wasn't a fun experience with the hobby. Whereas like this gives me, I have fun reading comics, not selling comics, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or even like, I don't know, back issue bin hunting. Like, ooh, this might be cool in like 30 years. And it's like, who the fuck knows?
It is so hard. It's like, it is very difficult. And the guys that are good at it, good for you. Like, good for you for figuring out like this book's going to be something in 20 years. Like, hey, you got that? Good for you. I'll never do that. But I am one that I do have the problem of getting books and being like, yeah, I don't need this, and selling it. And then I'm like, I want that back. I'll sell it again and I'll buy it again.
I think we have all done that. The book I did that with was the first appearance of Omega Red, X-Men 3, X-Men 4.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah,
something like that.
Early ones.
With the great cover of Wolverine and Gambit, and they're all standing there, and you see the tentacles of Omega Red and everything. So I sold that for like however much fair market value was at the time, because they were saying like Falcon and Winter Soldier, Omega Red's gonna be in it, and I was like, oh, I have that book, I'll sell it. And then I realized, oh shit, like that's a cool book. Why did I sell it? Like there's no reason why I would have sold that, and I made money, but it's like I'm just gonna use that to buy the book again.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
It's like a higher price. I'm like, what the fuck did I do that for?
Yeah, you look at it, it's like, oh, it's $75 now instead of $50. Damn it. Okay.
I've done that a lot of times.
Yeah. Oh well. Well, thank you guys again for hanging out tonight. This was awesome, and I'm glad that we were able to do it on because I know we had some technical difficulties with doing it on y'all's channel. So I'm super stoked that we were able to at least get these out into the world. And thank you guys in chat for all of the super chats and for you guys being so generous tonight. This was awesome. It was a ton of fun to hang out with y'all. Yeah. And hopefully you guys liked our critiques, our reviews of some of these books this week, because we had a lot to say. We actually read quite a lot this week, I think, comparatively to others. So,
and there's some really good stuff this week.
Yeah.
More so than usual.
Surprisingly. Yeah.
Oh.
You want me to bring it up and see if
Venom.
Yeah.
Venom. Venom.
What did the Fire and Ice book say? Wasn't she like, is that M&M? And she's like, what's an M&M?
Yeah. I don't like candy.
Girl, you're hilarious.
No, you're hilarious.
What?
No, you're hilarious.
Jesus.
Yeah, so we have it's Venom Annual and Venom. Those are the two top books that are being pulled next week. How many people are pulling this? 5,000?
But like we said before, how many are actually buying this book?
That's a one. I don't know, because this is the pull symbol. You know what I mean? Like this is them pulling the actual book.
But if it doesn't pull it, it doesn't mean you're actually buying it.
Yep.
True. Maybe may mean that you're reading it or that you may want to buy it. I don't know.
Yes.
Or that it's just always on your pull list. You put anything Venom on there, so it's just anything.
Maybe true.
Mm-hmm.
X-Men Red, nice.
Cute.
Force, Spider-Man, Miles Morales,
Green
Lantern.
Issue 3's finally coming out. When the hell
Wow.
did issue 2 came out? Like
in June.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Wait, did it?
Yeah. Because we had 2
Oh my
months of
god. That's right, it did. I didn't even see this. I remember issue 1. I think we had mixed reviews. Like I was not a fan.
Yeah.
because there
One
was no Green Lantern.
It was okay. It was okay. It wasn't great.
It was fine, but
Yeah.
it got a 97, guys. So
It just wasn't a Green Lantern book. It
Nope.
was,
It's him sitting around drinking beer, contemplating his life and what do I need to do.
and Carol chastising him.
Yeah. So are we replaying the Green Lantern movie right now?
Yep.
Yeah.
When Ryan Reynolds shows up and he flies in drones, and it's just like, what?
Oh, Incredible Hulk. Some
Nice.
monsters.
Okay.
Looks like, yeah.
Yeah, that was quick. The issue 3 came out last week.
Yeah, last week. Wait. Yeah.
Oh,
last week.
maybe this is wrong then.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
there's a new Batman and Robin series.
Oh, Joshua Wood.
no. We'll see.
Don't know.
Yeah.
So why is this a number 1? Oh, damn.
Archer.
Ooh.
Yeah, this book will sell strictly because of that variant cover.
I hope so.
Batman and Robin number 1. Why? Yeah, why are they redoing that? Didn't they just have a book out? There's Batman and Robin?
I think it was Robin and Batman.
Oh, good delineation there. Yeah.
Yeah, well, there was Robin and Batman by Jeff Lemire.
And that was amazing.
Yeah.
Another Daredevil number 1.
Yeah, because it's Saladin Ahmed writing him. Remember?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Mankind Saladin Ahmed. Yeah.
$7. Whoo!
He can go fuck himself.
How many pages? 52 pages of
52 pages.
Garbage. Probably a Saladin Ahmed lecturing to us the evils of America.
Wow. What the hell? Why is this? That is so
Daredevil
odd.
perched on something in the rain covers can you possibly do?
I mean that is Daredevil. I mean,
I know, but how many times?
But holy shit, 52 pages and $7. My God, for another number 1.
Hell no.
No.
No. Hell no. 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 Hell no.
Red
Danger
Goblin, Danger Street, Superman Lost,
Sonic
Children of the
number
Vault.
2. Yes.
Oh yeah, oh that's right. Astonishing Iceman, our favorite. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this book comes out, Avengers Inc.
I can't believe this shit. Like this was actually told, like this is brilliant.
So we have Batman Inc. and Avengers Inc.
Correct.
That is a lot of ink.
Lots of inks.
Yeah. Yep, Press is about to have another
Yep.
problem. They're running out of ink.
Guys, Pizza Time says, how does Al Ewing manage to be the best and most inventive writer at Marvel?
And much. And secondly, no, he's
I
not.
would have written. You got a great sense of humor, guy.
Yeah. Anyone else picking up Human Target vibes?
That's not a
That's
good thing.
awful.
That's not a good thing.
Yeah, I'm not. I hope this isn't Human Target vibes.
Don't you say that? Don't you
Never
dare
say that.
Don't you put that evil on that book.
Yeah.
I Hate Fairyland, Kyle.
Okay.
That'll be coming out.
No, that's awesome.
Gargoyles.
No one's reading it.
Spine Spider.
Tingling Spider-Man.
Zero.
Ooh.
It's a 0 issue.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Still.
Okay.
Damn them all. Captain Marvel. Dark Tempest.
There's a tempest in me.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. I I've blocked that show out of my mind.
Alligator Loki.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
quirky,
It's so
Kyle.
funny.
It's quirky and fun and goofy and
Oh my god.
see Thor's hammer,
Yeah.
Hawkeye, Wolverine.
you get it?
Get it?
Swords.
Alligator Loki, guys.
Oh my.
Oh, look
It's
at how quirky he is.
Where's the Peach Momoko cover?
Oh, no Peach Momoko, but Scotty Young.
Scotty Young. That's
oh,
fair.
fucking damn it. Yeah.
Where
Look,
is-
the L is the gator mouth, guys.
Said ice cream for the mentally handicapped and for the fourth graders.
Oh my god, this is written by Alyssa Wong as well. Wow.
Fuck.
It's no surprise.
Jeez.
Oh,
Interesting. Interesting.
one word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
What was the other one that I saw?
Pays off.
Yeah.
Waller versus Wildstorm. That's still a thing?
That you want to talk about the one of the bigger wet farts.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
one. That first issue was garbage.
Oh, that's so
Gosh
boring.
dang.
Sitting around talking at tables.
Yeah.
Now you guys read this one, yeah? What was your initial thoughts
I
of
read
the
issue
first
one. I thought it
one?
was boring as shit.
Wait, what is this?
Oh, really? Okay.
Enfield Gang
I
Massacre.
never read this.
It's from that Texas Blood.
Oh, I never read that.
I never read either, but I'm like, oh, it's a western. I love westerns.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't like it. It's-
Hmm.
It wasn't for me. I wasn't a fan. It wasn't a type of western that I wasn't like a lot of Sergio Leone type fun. It just didn't have it for me personally. I don't like it.
I mean, this cover looks amazing.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
gritty, dirty, but I didn't quite get it. Didn't feel.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well, obviously you're wrong because it got 98 out of 100. So
and that's
It's
fair.
not even out yet. Or no,
that was issue 1. This is issue 2, and yeah, I mean, all right. Well, accused of murder and hunted by a Texas Ranger, the Enfield gang attempts to escape. There
Okay.
you go.
There you go.
And I think that's it for the most part. Negaduck number 1.
The Exile.
You've been canceled number 4.
Still.
Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer number 1. There we go.
Oh, we have to read that. That
Now we're talking.
this might go down as like this could be something. Oh my.
Because this what this is trying to do is Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
But I'm going to assume every demon is a white guy.
Has to. No, they're all going to be Civil War
White guys.
white guys. Yeah.
So she's like last issue. She kills Abraham Lincoln.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, concept artists and Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer series artist Cortland Ellis delivers his signature design for this groundbreaking debut.
Your design.
Django Unchained meets Buffy the Vampire Slayer and David Crownson's Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer supernatural comic series based on the true life of the freedom fighter herself that is flavored with genre liberties
Based
and
on a
spirit
true
of-
story.
based on the true life. Yeah, so I guess she
And
thought
she really was. Huh.
but hey, I mean, we got it right. It says
series on Disney Plus.
Spirit of Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Wait, no way.
There it
Original
is.
series
That's-
on Disney
that's it.
Plus.
Yep. Oh,
Gosh dang.
look, when slave owners can't stop the formidable ninja warrior.
Yes, see it. Yes, we did. Like they have no creativity, dude.
Oh.
0 creativity. When slave owners can't stop the formidable ninja warrior, Harriet Tubman.
She's a ninja.
She's a ninja warrior. So yeah, it's slave owners who call on the help of vampires, werewolves, witches, and demons to stop her. Jesus.
She leads a family of slaves to freedom. Oh my god.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
This is going to be something. Like
Yeah.
this will be something.
Every time we make a joke of like, oh, What if how goofy would it be if it's like slave owner, Civil War, white guys, that she's fighting?
Yeah.
And then the next line, when slave owners can't stop the formidable ninja warrior, it's like, fuck, man, we might as well just be writing this shit.
Yeah, it's sarcastic comics.
Yep.
Yeah.
God damn, look at all the variants too.
That's not a Pereira. That can't be Pereira. No.
Pereira?
No, I thought it was Pereira from the distance, but no, that's not him.
No.
Kind of sucks.
Oh my.
Ooh, American flag, yeah.
Not a burning one or a Confederate flag, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, there's going to be plenty of Confederate flags.
Not the stars and bars.
Oh,
Oh,
see, she's punching Hitler.
no,
guys.
she's punching Hitler. Oh my.
Nice.
And she's doing the Black Lives Matter. She's doing the at the bottom.
This thing, yeah. Where Bucky used to be, yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, this will be stunning and brave.
this will be amazing.
It's
I
not,
can't
but
wait.
oh my god, it is. It's what not publishing.
Yeah.
Wow. Why are they publishing this?
Look at all their comics right now. We have read a majority of their comics.
They're putting out
They
so
are
many.
shit. They're putting
They're
out so
all
many,
terrible.
and they're all terrible. Yes.
That's embarrassing that they're
It's terrible.
publishing.
It's really not good. The art is fantastic.
But the story is just I don't want to say indecipherable, but like there's too many plot elements going on in
Yeah.
it. It's like make up your damn mind what this comic is.
Yeah.
It can't.
Wants to be all of it.
So it looks like they, I don't know. No, what are my titles? Okay, so yeah, I read Ninja Funk. You guys read Exiled, right? The Blade one.
And Crash Down.
Oh, you
And-
did? Okay.
Astro bots.
Yeah. We read Alpha Betas.
Mm.
We tried reading Alpha Betas. Astrobots Crash Down. Liquid Kill.
And they all were.
Every one of
Yeah.
these dog
They
shit.
suck. Yeah.
Oh my god.
When they came out originally.
I have it. I have the plot hole, so it's over there. Yeah,
Yeah.
Right there. It's okay.
Oh.
It went on too long, but
But this will be the
will be
crown jewel.
this will be amazing. This will provide jokes forever, I think.
But you know that anyone who works at Whatnot can't say that this is bad, right? Like,
And of course
Absolutely
not.
Yeah.
And every influencer, oh god, I just said that out loud. They're going to be pushing this book.
oh boy.
Oh,
Oh boy.
How amazing and how funny and socially aware and how it's comic at the times now. It's more relevant now than ever.
yeah.
Socially aware. This is the best line in the whole thing. When slave owners can't stop the formidable ninja warrior Harriet Tubman.
Somebody had to write that.
Yeah. Without
Someone consciously was on their computer one night and was like, what's the best way to write this
Oh god.
depiction? They call on the help of vampires, werewolves, witches, and demons to stop her. Whew, too funny. Well, if you guys can, if the shop can get this, like, because I don't know if this will come out on the 7 Seas or whatnot.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
if it does, then we'll be able to read it. If not, see if the shop can get a copy.
Oh, I will. I want to get one sent off to CGC. I want to get it 90. I'm gonna slab it.
And then you'll show it off in your background just so you can be an ally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't cancel me,
Like,
please.
no, see, I got Harriet Tubman Vampire Slayer or whatever up there. See,
I know.
Yeah.
You want people from white.
I'm one of you guys.
Yeah, I love this book. Well, I'm glad that we found that. And
me
man,
too.
it just keeps going.
Man, you got to be doing shorts on that, Max. You need to be doing
Oh boy.
that'll. You could buy a house with the amount of views you should hopefully get from that.
You may have
Gosh,
to inform Carrie. And his
Yeah,
wife.
you may need to tell
Carrie about that.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, there are a couple. There's one clip that I need to pull from to either post a short on or post on Twitter. But it's Jadzia Axelrod. It was her interview talking about Hawk Girl, her new Hawk Girl book. And the question was something to the effect of like, what got you into comics and like what got you interested in like superheroes and stuff. And she goes, well, superheroes have always been an allegory for trans people. And I was like, I'm sorry, now what? And she basically says that superheroes all have an alter ego, and so do trans people. So she was like, Superman has two identities, and so that's kind of how trans people feel, and that they're in one body, but they feel like they're in another, and so they have to balance the two different people. And I'm like, so every superhero comic from the dawn of time has been an allegory for trans lives. Like trans people.
Jerry Siegel.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Stan Lee, Steve Ditko.
I would have no idea.
Jack Kirby. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you learned something today.
Bob Kane, Bill Finger.
All of them. Damn. That's a lot of people to get into one medium, and they're all happen to be that's unbelievable. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, good for them. They found an outlet.
And I thought I knew Neil. I didn't know Neil was. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So, well, now it's good though, because every time like we get to meet these people at conventions and stuff, we can just tell them like, hey, I'm so happy. I'm so thankful that all of the characters that you've created have,
trans
allegories. Thank you.
Been,
finally. Yeah.
It's about time.
It is about time.
So yeah, Kaiser says, so that's a go on Harriet Tubman.
Hard.
Yeah.
You step on the gas with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You lean into that one. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. So
God.
Well, it looks like next week should be
colorful.
Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Hopefully we get some good content from Astonishing Iceman, Harriet Tubman, and
you're saying
I guarantee you Daredevil #1 is going to be cringe-inducing.
That was my next one I was going to say, but are we reading 53 pages? Are we reading half of a graphic novel?
You could probably skim it and get the gist.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, Matt Murdock is still lecturing on how evil Americans are. Holy shit.
Oh man. Well, yeah. Hopefully we can get that Harriet book, because that'll be the pride and joy.
Mm-hmm.
What's the rating on that one going to be? 100?
It's not 100. It's racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that comment. This isn't 100%. That's racist.
Yeah, they're racist in here.
Yeah, that would actually be pretty funny. Like, but you'd need to leave a 5-star review.
Yep.
And say if
If you don't leave a 5-star review, you're a racist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Unironically, now I'm kind of, dare I create a new account and have it have my picture be, I don't know, who's your favorite character, Drew? Ambush Bug?
Yeah.
Yeah, my little avatar is Ambush Bug or whatever, my little circle.
And
I just leave comments on all these books and just about how
everything.
Yeah, it makes sense for Ambush Bug. So
yeah, there you go. So well, I think that's it. I think we've wrapped up the show. I mean, how can you top Harriet Tubman Demon Hunter?
We reached the pinnacle.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's
once I've made were parodies, concepts that were jokes are now actually taken seriously. It's like, what the hell has happened? They have no awareness of the absurdity of this.
No. Once real life once satire becomes life, it's like, okay, what are we doing anymore? So well, once again, chat, you guys have been fantastic tonight. Thank you all for all the gracious super chats. They will be going right back into the show so that we can do this for you guys every single week. Just try and give you guys the best up-to-date thoughts on some of these books. And it's tough to come up with like a top 5 or even a top 10 every week. I mean, imagine if you guys were still doing the Monday show. How would you even construct a top 5?
Yeah, I mean, I know for me, I couldn't, in my good conscience, recommend a book just to make a top 5.
Right. Yeah.
I can't.
And we did that toward the end too.
Yeah.
I know I would have had 5 at least this week. I could recommend it.
So if y'all do want to get kind of an understanding of what some of the best books are for each week, you guys can watch our live streams here or over on Pop by Culture or Thinking Critical. I know Drew tends to go over to either one of those channels and talk about some of the best books that week and some of the worst. But here you'll get both, and they will be in a large form content if you guys enjoy really getting into the nitty gritty of these books and understanding what makes them bad or what makes them good. So we always appreciate y'all being here and joining us tonight. You guys got anything else before we dip out?
Just stay tuned for news on Unholy Nightmare. We should have a link to the sign up soon. It's in the approval phase right now at Kickstarter. So as soon as they get the thumbs up, we'll have the share link.
Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Kyle, anything else on Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer or any other book you want to recommend?
If it's not book of the year, then I don't know what year I'm living in, but I don't want to live in it. So
oh well. Yeah. Well, that and speaking of Unholy Nightmare, that is going to come out at a perfect time in October. And what we can do is maybe we can go over some of our favorite. Once October hits, maybe we can go over some of our favorite horror movies, because I know that you guys are both horror buffs.
Yes.
And I would love to hear what you guys have to say. So we'll do that in October, so you guys can look forward to that. But thank you guys again. We'll see you guys next week on the Comics Elite channel with these two gentlemen, and we'll see you all there. All right, take care, guys.